Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the new Game Masters Month, a worldwide event. Muted. I'm starting this. I am so sorry, but you see, we have voices in our heads, and I was hearing myself double, so I need to redo this. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the new Game Masters Month, a month-wild event in the month of January, created by MonteCook Games to celebrate new Game Masters. During this month of January, we will be doing some weekly events here at the Guild channel with some very special guests. And today, the Mass is about to begin, and we will read some of the confessions Game Masters usually hide behind the GM screens. Kind of spicy. We will play a game called Roll for Confession, and there's some rolling and some confession to judge. During the week, we asked you to submit some of your TTRPG confessions, and tonight, me and my wonderful guests will be reading them and determining if you're guilty of sin or innocent. I'm your Lorekeeper Jo, and I'll be your host for tonight, and I'll be keeping very lovely company to three lovely people. First and foremost, I'll be joined by Mitchell Ventura. He's one of the producers of the Portuguese TTRPG actual play podcast, That's a Portuguesa, known for exploring different systems, worlds, and having a rotating cast. The show is currently running and finishing its third campaign, Feitiçal, and has previously featured special episodes with members of the guild, myself, Iken, and Arian. We also have Riddari, some of the people that like to capture very fun stuff. He also summons dragons sometimes, or, well, both. With his camera, he immortalizes stories, and at the table, he creates stories yet to be written, because all stories deserve to be told, either with a camera or a d20. He's the producer of the podcast Dados e Dragões. And last but not least, we have Tessa, a passionate nerd who gets unhealthily attached to her characters, and she surely has an unhealthy obsession with Strahd. She started playing TTRPGs in 2019 and DMing in 2023. She is definitely not a dice goblin and a villain apologist. Totally not at all. She makes videos about books and TTRPGs and has a very, very bold and wild personality that will be keeping us afloat for the entire stream. We have received, although, plenty of confessions, and we're very, very excited to go through them. So, without further ado, let's begin our game. So, shall we start with our prayer?
Let's go.
Let's start.
Yes?
This is gonna go great.
Shall I guide the prayer? Is that how this goes? Yes. Then, for those listening to us, as we're about to begin our Mass, we shall start indeed with some very thoughtful words. Our D20, who
20.
art in the
Who
tower,
art in
Who
the
art
tower?
in the
hallowed
tower?
by thy
Hallowed
glory,
by
Hallowed
gold
be
Lord
thy
thy
crits
rolls.
come.
rolls.
On the table
The
as it
crits
is in
come
the
on the
VTT.
table
On
as
the
in the
table
VTT.
as in the VTT.
Give us the successful
The
saving throw
successful saving throw and
Give us a
forgive
and
our
forgive
successful
our
burning
saving
burning
throw and
taverns.
forgive our
taverns.
burning
As we
taverns,
forgive
as we
those
forgive
who
As
those
don't
who
bring
don't
if
bring
those
snacks.
who
snacks,
bring some
and lead us not
And lead
failing
us
that
not
saves,
into
this
failed
is
but
bets,
deliver
but
us
but
from
deliver
the
us from
deliver
nap.
us
nat
from nap
ones.
Amen.
ones.
Amen.
Amen.
This wasn't canon. Amen.
You know,
So,
totally accurate.
before we actually begin the game, I shall explain to everyone, including our guests, how this game is going to go. As this game, it is called Roll for Confession. We will be rolling dice. And we will be rolling dice to decide who is the one to read confession. Each time that we're going to go through a confession, everyone is going to roll initiative, me included. Whoever rolls highest will read the confession. And then, after reading the confession, reacting to said confession, I will ask everyone if the confession is forgiven or not forgiven. And you just have to answer me if it is forgiven or not forgiven. Understood? Have we got all the rules of the game? You are not allowed to read other confessions but your own.
Oh god.
we shall be disciplined. So,
Dun, dun,
first and foremost,
dun.
I want everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh my
Okay, here we
goodness.
go.
This
Okay.
early on.
Ha!
13.
Oh no, 19.
Not one.
So,
On
and
one.
I rolled
Good.
an 18. So, I believe our first reader is going to be Tessa. Tessa, you
Oh
can
my
now
goodness.
open the link and read
Oh, okay.
confession number 1.
Oh, I'm afraid. Okay, confession 1. I fudged the rolls of an attack that was going to kill a player because I was invested in her backstory. And I'm closing the document again.
It's fair.
I think this is fair.
It is
as
fair.
well.
It's fair.
I mean, death is part of the game, so you,
Yeah. But
But
and
are
some of
you
the
going
beautiful
to
moments come
put
from
her
it.
in death throes? Or are you hitting her while she's down? If you're hitting her while she's down, it's like, it's on you, man. It's like, what are we doing? I've done
Yeah,
it, but
we
like,
need a
what are
little
we
bit more
doing?
context on
I
this.
do.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
hit when they're down. My first PC death was actually me hitting them when they were down because I was using a mimic crown and
Oh,
she put
That's
the
Mimic
mimic
too.
on her
interesting.
head.
Oh, that's evil, but
She
that's
had a
awesome.
mimic on her head. So it's like she's down, the mimic is on her head. I mean, just chomp
Still
chomp
giving
chomp.
damage.
Well, yum yum yum.
Oh.
Yeah, going by
A little bit
context
I mean,
alone,
I mean, I have killed a player with a sludge.
the character, I
Those
hope.
things exist to consume. It
I have killed a player with
it just consumed
bite.
with a bite.
Of course.
Okay, so
well, so our guests, is this confession forgiven or not forgiven?
I would forgive it. I'd say this one is forgivable. Forgive.
I
Yeah.
think so too.
I don't. He didn't give any context, so no, not forgiven. I need more context.
Not forgiven.
Not forgive.
No.
I do say forgiven. So the court rules forgiven.
I thought we
Shall
were in
roll
mass.
initiative again. We are fast. I don't know this.
Okay, one has got away.
I'm rolling crazy high in my
Okay.
standards.
Okay.
But we need to roll again. Okay.
Oof.
Oh no!
Three.
Is this? This is another 19. I swear to goodness.
What?
Rolled a 3, so I'm good.
It's 13.
I rolled a 15, so Tessa, number 2.
Oh no! Goodness. Thank God I'm not DMing today. Okay. Confession 2. I killed a player to serve a plot point for the campaign and change the players into a more active role.
Oh. Can I go back? The other one is forgiven. This one not. Definitely not.
I mean, again,
Did
we
the
need
player know?
context.
Did the
I
player
mean,
know?
I
Because
Did the
will-
player consent?
yeah,
Yeah, like I'm assuming that the
how did
player
you
did
ki-
not consent.
No, the thing is, like,
If this is a
how
confession.
was he killed? Was it like, okay, oh yeah, these guys are gonna die, so oh, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna kill him to make it as a plot point, or is it like
The way that the
I'm going
confession
after
is written,
you
it
in
makes it feel like
specific?
that.
But like it can
The
be
way
like,
that the
oh no,
confession
this
is written, it makes
character
it feel like
is
that.
dying. Yeah, it can be like, oh no, this is going to happen if you guys don't do anything. And that's interesting. That's like, let's change fates, essentially. And I think that's fun. Because you still give them like the opportunity to have a choice. Like, let's change, let's save our friend. I think that's fun.
yeah, but he did
But at the
say
same
it
time,
was
I'm taking
for a
in that
plot
the
point.
Yeah.
confession. I'm like, if the way that the confession is written, it feels that there was no consent or like
Yeah.
a prior conversation to this moment.
No,
And
it
it
was
feels
just
more
like,
like the GM had a choice.
and
and
he
he
actively
chose.
chose to smack you in the
kill.
face. Yeah, no, this one's not forgiven.
I
At
think
least
not as
Forgiven
well.
and not
with
forgiven.
enough, with this context, nah, man.
Yeah,
No
not forgiven.
forgiven.
And sorry for the last one. He's forgiven now.
Sent to hell.
Well, roll for initiative again.
Let's
All
go.
right.
I rolled a 9.
God, I need to change dice.
1.
I need to keep rolling these. I'm rolling double digits. This is insane.
14 for me.
I roll 14 too.
Oh, God.
Yay!
Roll these.
You're like, oh, I need to change dice. This isn't good for
9.
me. Oh,
Yeah.
this is incredible. I'm rolling amazing. Well, then we gotta go
Rollies.
rollies.
Okay.
Release!
Not one.
No!
I rolled
Twin!
19. That's insane. I am
Goddamn.
shocked as well. My average is above 14. That's insane. And I usually roll this dice. I don't know. Maybe I need to do this more often. So, confession number 3. I have made up stats for NPCs or monsters on the spot, just to speed up the session and not have to pick up the papers or the files with that information. Based.
This person is innocent. This person is innocent.
Very
100%
much
innocent.
innocent.
Like,
This person
Completely.
was
that's
never
not even a
guilty.
bad confession. That's like, good on you, man. You know how to DM.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know how to improv, and you have a
Yeah.
little bit of a notion of how the monsters work. So
Yeah.
good on you.
Yeah,
That's
man.
me
No
rolling
joke.
the
That's just
dice.
that's just like,
Like, absolutely forgiven. I don't
Period.
even need to
Saints.
ask. Like, this is insane.
yeah.
This was so easy.
Mad respect to you.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is like
like,
this
mad
was
respect.
this one was the easiest at so far.
Yeah, yeah.
Have it. Do you think you guys would be able to do that? Like, actually on the spot, pull out a character like stats without having to think about it.
I have done that as, at lower
I have
levels of
done
D&D.
that
I've
as
done
well.
that. It's like you know the average damage and you just fuck it, go with it.
Yeah, when I was doing some one shots for community, when you do some with the same levels, God damn it, my English is terrible today. When you do some one shots at the same level, a lot of times you kind of realize the damage output that the monster should have, and doing it on the fly, that's just mad respect. Good on you.
Yeah, like, good job, bro. Bullshit.
Yeah,
Initiative
saint.
again.
Doc no jutsu.
Saint. Yeah, this
Let's
is not even a
go.
confession. Like, just go straight up to heaven.
7.
11.
12. Hee
13
Let's
again.
go.
So we're going for confession number 4. I change monster stats on the fly.
Oh, we're going for a theme today, eh?
On the
I mean,
fly. What do you mean by
I have
that?
a question. I think on the fly is in the moment. So like as session is going or combat is unfolding, changing stats.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
but
a phase 2 of the enemy. It's like when it gets to the halfway point.
Yeah,
and
but
you
I
notice,
don't
oh,
feel
this
I don't
combat
think this
isn't
is
hitting.
I don't think this is a phase 2 kind of thing. So I feel like someone was like probably doing combat or when they do combat they're like mm, change.
yeah,
I have
like this is
actually
going
I
done
too
do
this.
easy.
this for
I've done
HP.
this.
I just
No,
yeah,
I've
I've
actually
done
done
it
this
for
for damage
HP
output
mostly.
as well. I've done this for damage output as well. Like I
Ooh.
own brute some monsters, and the first time I hit someone, I was like, "Oh shit, it was a hard smack." Nope, gotta lower this down.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
that's
actually had
cool.
that because I usually go way overboard because I'm counting that I will not hit, and then we know GM dice suddenly hit, and you rolled really high damage. So I'm like, maybe I'll fudge and change some stats so that I don't kill them right now because that was not the intention.
No,
Because like
I
I want to
what
make it
I
hard for you.
what I did was like, I rolled first, shit ton of damage. I was like, "Oh god, I'm gonna kill these guys." So there was one of them that actually did a really high hit, and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, you broke his damage. Like he's doing less damage now. You broke his weapon."
I have the water now.
Yay.
I do that with
There's a turn
HP
one.
when it's like when I see that the combat had like it's not the enemy hasn't even reached 0, but the attack was so epic. I'm like, how do you kill this guy? Like, and he still had like 30 left. I was like, no, we don't need this.
Yeah,
This is
I think we've all done that at some point. It's like, nah, bro, you deserve this.
yeah,
Yeah,
no.
but I've
This
actually
man
never
20
gotten to
deserves it.
that, but I've had multiple times of like doing the HP, and then I'm like, okay, I need to like triple that. because you're doing
This
way
has
too
happened to me as
much.
well.
I didn't account for that.
Yeah,
I
but
did
Wait,
one
there's
thing in my
also
first campaign. My
but there's
pilot.
also another point that you can think about it. As this confession is, we're thinking about home brewing. What if it was Strahd? What if it was something that was already pre-made and they changed it on the fly?
mm,
Maybe not, not as
that
good.
brings other questions. Yeah, that does bring questions.
I was gonna say I did
Do you
once,
say
like
forgiven or not forgiven? By the
forgiven,
way.
I would say
Forgiven, but you learn your
forgiven.
lesson.
Yeah.
yeah. You go as you play,
Yeah.
you learn as you play.
You need to roll
Exactly.
two nat
What were
ones
you gonna
now
say?
to
I
be
was gonna say
forgiven.
like there was this one boss enemy like I did, and I gave it it would take more damage if it was fire damage, and this start blasting fire, and I'm like, yeah, no, he's not gonna have this thing. He's gonna melt it. Oh no, he's no longer. He now is not taking more damage. Magic. Not that they knew. I just bumped the HP. Listen, happens.
but but in those situations, in my opinion, I like prefer to bump the damage output. I do like in the combat a glass cannon than a chunky boy that goes on and on and on and on with
Yeah,
it.
but that's like a very good DM tip in general. Like if you bump up the HP, and I was very new at DMing at the time, but if you bump HP, it's just gonna be a slogfest, and if you bump damage, it's just gonna keep the stakes way up there,
Much
and people
higher.
are gonna be more invested in the fight.
Yeah, and they're gonna
Yep.
start planning
Yep.
every turn. They're planning
Yeah.
what they're going to do.
Yep.
Or
I did have
area
like
damage. Area
Yeah,
damage is
yeah.
such a good one because they know they're gonna take damage if they fail or they pass. So they have to think quickly and like think outside of, oh, let's just hit this guy. It's what you were saying. It's like thinking
Yeah.
outside of the box, thinking strategy, which is super cool.
yeah, it's awesome.
I do remember like first one shot there when the one where I used the crown mimic. Um
It's a great idea though.
it was incredible. Like I
I'm
did so
gonna
much
steal it. I'm
stuff
gonna
with
steal it.
that.
Eventually, someone's gonna be fucked up by a crown.
I made it like it was a crown mimic with a charm condition. So they could charm. And because it's like a pretty item and you're like, "Oh, I want to have it for myself." And so the mimic charmed an elf which have advantage on saves against being charmed. She failed by a lot.
Charmed.
And she put it on. And
Oh
yeah,
no.
The rest is history.
that one I was and she died. She died not because of her. This was a party of 4? Yeah, there were 4. But the thing is that as she was getting eaten by the mimic, 2 characters were just having a standoff against each other. They were just like super sussy of each
Ooh.
other, staring at each other. And so rounds were going and she was getting damaged with the fucking like mimic on her head and she just fell unconscious
Nice.
and got
I love it.
decapitated. But at the
Whoa.
same time, this was like a lot of stuff. They decided to activate all the traps at the same time, so there were multiple things at the same time. It was the classic like, oh, it's a bad idea if we separate each other, like from each other, and they all separated and decided to activate traps without knowing. Um, and I had a
Fun.
ghost, and ghosts deal a lot of damage if you scale
They
them up
do.
properly.
You-
And the thing is, I was rolling crap. I was rolling real
Mm.
crap. So what I did was just I bumped up HP, but they spent the entire combat like running away. Cause if the ghost touched them, it would be like a third of HP in a go.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So that was very fun.
Insane.
So initiative again, and we're going
Yeah,
for
Let's go.
confession number 5.
yeah. I
Oof.
changed my dice for the Lazuli ones.
Okay, I
I
I
rolled
feel
a
like
net 20.
I rolled
Oh
like
my
myself. I rolled minus 18 of that.
god.
Nat 20
Damn.
also. So roll is bro.
Ah, let's go. Let's go. Rollies.
No!
Ah, it was a 3.
She's a 15.
11.
You go.
That's insane. So
Okay.
confession number 5.
Confession number 5. Opening the dock. Uh, confession number 5. If my players come up with a theory that is way more interesting than what I had planned, I'll pretend that it's correct and that it was the plan all along. That's kind of gaslighting it, eh?
No, it was
but
not.
I get
I
it.
res-
But I get it. Uh, you have a plan or something in your mind for the story, and then someone goes with this crazy theory on your left. You, hell yeah, that was you.
I am that player. I am that player.
You are the
As in,
Oh,
conspiracy
okay.
theorist.
I am the conspiracy theorist that turns to the GM and it's like, are these things related? And the GM is like, no. Oh shit, maybe they should be.
It has happened to
I
me as a
am
DM,
very
and I'm
much.
like, but no, no, it's not
Yeah.
that yet.
Never. Never.
Yet.
But I am very much like the player that when I am invested in the story, it gives out a lot of theories and keeps like
Yeah,
them
me.
coming.
Mhm.
We
And
need to
I've
put down
actually
the
seen
theater.
my GM, that is Alexei, and I've seen his face sometimes freeze and be like, I actually didn't think about that.
That's
So I
fine.
cannot tell her that.
That's so fun.
He's legit. Or
Like
when
for
I bullseye and he's like, I have
nope.
like 5 years of world building this. How do you know?
Taking notes.
It's like I'm an
I've actually
overthinker.
never
But it's
I
so
actually never
interesting
had it
for your.
happen to me.
Yet.
No, oh, I've had players like nail down the plot twist. Like in session like 5. I had a player, she was great. She never played D&D, but she was she was insane. And I love those types of players. She was just insane. And because she was always spitting out theories, nobody would listen to her. And one time she was like, "Oh my god, you guys, do you think it's actually sentence by sentence, word by word, the plot twist?" And they were like, "Yo, that would be crazy. Surely it's not that." And she was like, "I'm holding on to this one." And I just shrugged. I was like, "Oh, whatever." And then when the plot twist finally got revealed, her face was like priceless. So I'm I just love to hear their theories when I'm DMing. It's like, yes, be crazy.
I don't think I have my players listening. If they are, they can hear this. It's fine. But my like the campaign that I run, which we're currently on a hiatus, they're trying to figure out um basically a murderer, like a serial murderer,
Murder.
and they're trying to figure out who it is. And they're going around, there's people that have disappeared, and it is super funny to look at them and be like them trying to figure out who it is. And I can say very confidently right now, if someone is listening, they still haven't even thought of the right person. And
Oh
they
god.
Ooh,
they have
fun.
interacted with the killer multiple times already, and they still haven't
Ooh.
figured out who it is.
Oh damn.
And at the same time, I have other little like plot points going on. But the interesting thing is that since I am not like I am a benevolent DM, but I'm not super benevolent. So
Why not
anything
benevolent?
that they think, oh, because I like I like limits. It's like, oh, can I have that? No, I have intentions of giving it later on, but they don't know. So it's like, no, you cannot have that. Me already writing down to give them at some point because I know it will make them happy. So the dynamic goes like, and anytime that I suggest something that might be the thing that they want, they're like, it surely is not that. So I've gaslight them, but it like to not actually know what I'm planning because they think anything that I might be planning is not a possibility.
I kind of like that.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's actually taking some inspiration from your and listening to your own table and to your own players.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
well, Also, a good tip for the GMs: listen to your players. If
Yeah.
they come up with
Yeah.
good ideas or they want something
Yep.
out of their character, hey, not give them outright, but wait for it.
Wait for it, like make them
Yeah.
beg.
Yeah.
Yes. You're gonna have to
Make them beg.
sweat for this.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, you
Yes.
want this, eh?
How
I've
much
generally
do you
like,
want this?
and then like I will be the GM since the best way to not have people know your plot point is by not knowing it yourself. So like
There's
I
that.
do very much like I have like for example I know the saying of the killer. I know exactly who it is. I know the reasoning. I know the characters around it, but I have no idea of what's going to happen next. I just find out with them. And what makes it best is that it means I don't hold on to like ideas or that I'm not very specific about it. So when I have ideas, I can make like very stupid, crazy stuff on the fly with them, and that happens many times. But the thing that I love doing most, especially with a table that is very reactive to you, is to send them a message and say, "Oh, I just thought of something nice for you," and watch them
Oh.
sweat.
I have done something like this once. Like I had they had to solve a mystery, and I was just random texting people on Discord like, "It's not you." It was no one though.
That's evil.
I love to pull
Yes,
the
but they
I love to
were
pull
under the
the
effect of stuff. So it's like,
yeah.
But I will
Have you
randomly
figured
be
out
like,
the traitor between you? That's so good. Have the villain go and be like, "Have you figured out which one of you is the traitor?" And just like, "Bye."
"Bye." Oh yeah.
it's like,
Oh yeah.
Remember, one of you is a traitor.
remember me.
And I also really like introducing like villains that don't really leave you a way out. So like actively cornering the players in very specific situations and see if they will actually try to get out of it or if they will succumb to the villain. I've actually
Oh,
had people succumb to the villain and
nice.
actually join the villain with intentions to betray the villain. But how are you going to betray the villain when you're in his net?
That's cool.
That also leads to some very interesting stuff. And I also really like my favorite type of villains are the very, very, very charismatic like villains that are absolutely hideous people.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have
I
no idea
don't.
what you're talking
I.
about, Strahd. Uh,
Listen,
but
when
I
I
do.
ran Strad, my Strad was a bully. First time he appeared, I killed one player.
That's
Jesus,
crazy.
that's
He
insane.
he appeared right after the first church when the priest as the
My goodness.
when
That's insane.
they
God
resolve that
damn.
they're leaving the church and Strad just like chilling. So you're done with that? Ta, 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 and they have a
Yo.
bard, and the bard starts to being a smartass. And I Strad, I'm like, I have given you enough options. Next one, you're gonna die. Straight up, he continued. I think he even used vicious mockery, if I'm not mistaken. And I
That's
was like,
crazy.
yeah, that's funny. They were like, I don't even recall what level they were, but low level. And
Yeah,
so
low
I was
level.
like,
Yeah.
that's funny. I have multi attack, breaks his neck. You're dead. Fireball inside.
No,
Holy shit.
I had crazy
I was
situations
like,
with my
survive me
strat
if you
as well.
can. I was like,
And it was
survive me if you can.
yeah, that those types of situations where the players are like testing the waters, but you're clearly testing the waters with a very dangerous situation, and they know the stakes, and it's almost like sometimes I look at my players like I'm in character and they do something that is going to trigger a major consequence, and I like give them a look like
Consequences.
out of character, like I'm looking at you as your friends. But I don't say anything. I'm
Listen,
just like,
above table,
okay.
table.
I am looking at you as your friends, but as your DM, I must do this.
You need to learn a lesson.
You need to learn your lesson,
But like
yes.
for context, when I didn't, unfortunately, I didn't end up the campaign. So it's the one thing that's gonna make to going back to D&D. It's gonna be Strahd, and the thing is, when they chose to run Curse of Strahd with me, I was like, I am going to kill you all multiple times. I will not be forgiving. I will find you and I will kill you. And they were
We'll
like,
find
yes,
you.
we
I'll
want
kill you,
that.
Steve.
They're like, we want that. And I was like, fuck yeah, you're gonna die.
I was gonna ask, like, if you considered yourselves to be punishing DMs. I know Riddari is, like, from all of this.
If you go a little bit on the text, there's Eva just said like, there's a theater. Like there was this once instance in Candela when I just blew a fucking theater in the middle of the new fair. They didn't do jack shit, so yep, theater
It
blew
blew
up.
up. I mean,
It's a
I
thing that can
mean,
happen.
it is a
You
thing that
know, I
happens.
thought I'm just gonna throw fire. Yeah, there's wood, fire, burning.
I think there's no forgiving you, my brother.
I am besides the point.
you're, you're beyond saving. It's
Yeah,
okay. That's why you're here.
you need to roll at least 5 crits.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we do all forgive this confession.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we now roll initiative as we prepare for confession number 6.
14
Eight. Eight. I'm sorry.
11.
17. Oh, it's me. Confession number 6.
to the wolves.
I once removed 100 HP from a boss mid battle because no one was being able to hit it, and we all wanted to go to bed because it was getting really late.
Oh
Yes,
my god.
Forgiven.
yes,
Forgiven.
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 Listen,
Forgiven
you don't mess up with
100%.
you don't mess up with the sleep times.
Yeah, you don't. I
Get your
100%.
C's.
And I know my GM has done that.
Yeah,
Because he
not a sim.
looked at us and it was like, we've been playing since 3 p.m. It's 3 a.m. The
God,
boss still has 200 HP because you all roll crap. Uh, let's just let's just go to bed.
Yeah, but you can also just
what level
leave
were
it
you
for
Um,
next
guys?
time.
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
level
Can
were
pause the
we?
flight.
Still having
We probably
200
were like
HP.
level 10. We were
Oh,
rolling crap.
Yeah.
I mean, I was at the table. I roll shit. Like I
That's
not
like a
only
common
roll
thing with
bad
you.
to hit, I not only roll bad to hit, I roll shit damage.
Like I can't wait to DM Candela for you because you're just gonna roll crap. It's gonna be awesome.
Love.
I mean, Elena actually rolled really good. I
yeah,
was
yeah.
rolling pretty okay with
Fair,
Elena.
fair.
Yep.
But you also know that I'm not gonna go for the damage output. I'm gonna go for the trauma. The
That's the funny
table,
part.
not myself.
I'm not there for a long time.
But by the way, the longest I've ever played a D&D session was a session that started at 10 a.m. and continued until 3 a.m. GM only had lunch break and dinner break for like 20 minutes each meal because the way that I was going is that when we approached meal prep time, so someone had to cook lunch or dinner, one player would leave the table. We were playing at the kitchen, by the way. One player would leave the table for everyone, and everyone would eat. And then the DM would like power snack, yeah, and go back to the game. And we ended
That's
at 3 a.m.
insane.
It was crazy. I could not do that again.
I want to
I
give
don't know
props
what
to
was the
that DM.
longest one, but man,
Mine,
And we've done that.
to keep it in
We've
focus
done
that many hours.
mine
we've
was
done that
two.
multiple times, like playing until very, very late. I think our last in person, we started at 3. No, we had one in person that was like a criminal investigation. I think we started like
Ooh.
at 7 p.m. and then ended at 5 a.m. Aaron fell asleep at like 11. And we kept like playing. He fell asleep on the couch, and we kept playing. But
Weekend at
before
Barney's with
that,
his character.
Roll for him.
Deep
Roll.
before
love.
that, I think we did like 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. nonstop.
That sounds
Ordered
fucking
dinner and
awesome.
just kept playing.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It
Not
is
gonna lie.
great. We just do that because we usually play online, and when we play in person, everyone is like, "We don't want to stop. Why are we stopping? No, we're not
Fair,
stopping."
fair.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yes, we're talking about Tsubaki's murder mystery one shot.
I
The
think
GM is in chat.
I think the longest that I had uh, as a player, at least, was our friend of Data Portuguesa, Solange Mota, when she did a Disney inspired one shot where the princesses were all evil in their own right to be. Um, we started at 9, and every one of us was also a character from Disney, and
Tell me
we
evolution.
went to 4 5 a.m., something like that. But
Whoa.
we have always the table filled with snacks, so we're always munching
Food.
something.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
you're just munching. And
Yeah,
yes.
like sometimes you don't even notice time went by.
yeah,
And I do know we are all like when we reach midnight, we notice the time. We're like, oh, we need to go by this fast. Like we need to power this through. We need to push it on. And then no one actually really wants to end session. So we keep pushing to
Yeah.
do something
Yep.
else. We're like, oh yeah, and now we no, I still want to talk to that NPC. Wait a second.
Oh yeah. That's so fun.
no, that happens. That happens.
There was
That's
this
No, but
that's
one
the
also on
dog
the
I
table full
player.
of
wanted to
snacks.
pet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Table full of
Oh
snacks
no,
is
please let me go pet that
fantastic.
dog.
Let me
Yeah,
go pet
I
that
really
dog.
I
like
think the
playing that
max
one.
I had was like
And then,
6 hours or 7. Just pretty standard, I guess.
No, I've had 13-hour sessions as well. It's long, but it's like I think my dinner with Strad session was insane because we started that like after lunch and we were all like, oh my god, everyone showed up at that session and everyone was looking at each other
Kapishk!
like, I am so afraid of you right now, and I don't know if you've met me. This is literally me. And everyone at that table, everyone at that table was like, "I'm not looking you in the eye today." And we actually got,
God.
and we got to the dinner part, and we were having dinner. We were having actually a dinner
mm,
Oh,
while
that's awesome.
having a dinner. So
oh,
it
that is
was
so
like
cool.
it was so nice and it was so like immersive because everybody was like and before it happened everybody was like munching it like eating at something and then we got to the dinner. I'm not hungry, I don't want to eat. I'm good. I'm too nervous to eat right now. And then
Method
we
acting
did
a
like a
dinner is
break.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
We did a break and I was like, so how are y'all? And they were like, I can't look at you in the eye right now.
There's
So,
something very fun as well about like playing in person when you have people that you feel very like physically confident with, is that you sometimes turn the role play into physical play. And
Yeah.
I've had things with Tsubaki that is like very close to me and we get very well at the table where we were role playing like panic, we were scared and the characters were like running and we held on to each other with so much intensity that the
Nice.
table was very much like whoa. We're like ah
Yeah, no.
complete panic.
Nice.
It is so fun. Like when you feel super okay with the table, like just how suddenly the roleplay easily mends into other stuff and becomes so much more confident and comfortable as well. And it is what you just said, that it feels immersive. It's so cool when
Yeah.
you get into that little bubble and it's just the characters in the game and there's no other like thing outside of that that is very fun.
Yeah,
Because it stops
absolutely.
being you
Do.
playing a character and you are the character. Period.
And yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It is like the thing of when you're playing, instead of describing your actions as character does X, is I do X. Just that little exercise change like so
Yeah.
much in the way that you perceive the
It's
game
so
that you're
nice.
playing.
yeah, true.
Yeah, it is super cool. I was just Gonna see. I was reading chat because my GM. Speaking of not being able to look someone in the eye, my last RP I had this Sunday would have gone wildly different if it was in person. We
Period.
had a session that was getting a little too spicy, and the table was. We were at the table, and I was like, should we be here?
It's like, oh, all
Uh,
right.
maybe get a room, eh?
It was very much.
And
We were
fight the
like,
black.
it was very much because it was like something happens, like something happens, you're like, okay, and suddenly, oh yeah, and I move my hand, and everyone like, where are you moving your hand? Where is that going?
No details, please.
Everyone was just like, I feel like he's like, fade to black. We're like, oh, thank gods, thank gods. That was it coming. That was
Wild.
very, very fun though.
Yeah.
So, do we forgive or not?
We
Yes.
forgive.
Yes.
We're very forgiving
Always
Always.
today.
forgive.
Eh?
Yeah, we are
Always
Yeah, we're
very.
very
forgiven.
forgiving today. Always forgiven. Shall we roll?
Let's go.
Yeah, we roll.
17.
This
16.
is a 4.
Natural one. Wait, was that two 17s?
Was it? I was a 17.
16 for me.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Then it's yours. I believe it's confession number 7.
7.
7.
I have changed a puzzle's answer during play because I realized my players were just not the smartest cookie for the puzzle.
Hey yo.
Forgiven, man. I don't know who you are, where you are. Forgiven. Always forgiven.
I am the punishing
I'm so
GM
good.
that will witness my players die if needed. I'll just
No,
stare
because
at them
I
in
totally
stupidity.
understand this.
But if it's a puzzle, I'll give it to them.
Listen, I have given like child's puzzles, and my
No,
players were
you
flabbergasted. They
don't
were like,
understand. once had a player.
I
We were
think
discussing it like 5 sessions before the puzzle
"This is
went,
really."
and like we were discussing it because this person said that she played chess, and I was like, oh, that's so interesting, chess puzzle in my notes, and it was the easiest chess puzzle. It was moving one piece to do checkmate. This was it. They were around that puzzle for 2.5 hours. At one point, I said
Jesus.
like, and I was like, what do you think it is? Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I
At
did
that point,
the
I would do
timer
like a
one.
perception check or something like
No,
that. And
they
you can see
Or
there's
whatever
marks
they
on the
were
intelligence.
rolling
floor.
so badly. They were rolling so. They were like,
It's
oh
so
my god,
weird.
guys! I remember at one point they were like, oh my god, it's chess. So each square has like a line. There has not a number and a
They
letter.
That
overcomplicated
It
it.
is the
must be.
beauty. It's like they
And I'm
overcomplicate
like, oh my
everything.
god, this is so. They're cooking. So I'm like, I'm taking notes for future puzzles because you're absolutely cooking here. But this is not the answer.
Yeah.
Okay. I did one that is like you have a timer for a minute, and every time that the party gets or someone of the party gets into the room, the timer starts. And in this room it was like lights that would start going off for a minute, and I put on the table a timer. And the idea is just that they wait for a minute, and when the timer is over, the door opens. But every time that they leave the room and come back, the timer starts again. They took like 25 minutes because they were so panicking. I've had them like be there for like 50 seconds and then leave and then come back and then leave and then come back.
Nice.
I also had one that is like a door puzzle where you have
Oof, a
handles with
door.
multiple colors. Or a door. No, first and foremost, I delivered the door and they were all in panic. Oh, I had something even better before that puzzle. That was not meant to be a puzzle. It was just a door that was meant to be pushed instead of pulled. And so he's
That's a
they
rite of
spent a
passage.
bunch of
That's a
time
rite of
trying to
passage.
kick the door, like try to kick the door down. And then the door opened in the other way. It was hilarious. But right after that, they had the door puzzle. And the door puzzle, you have like handles with multiple colors, and then you have a sentence, and you can change this out however you like. And the way that I changed it was that the sentence implied black as a color. So what they had to do is that they either had to pull all the handles at the same time in order to make black, because each handle had a color,
Uh-huh.
or they would pull like three opposing colors in order to make black. And they figured this out like quite easily. They read it and you're like, oh, okay, we need to make black. Okay, we have these handles. We need to pull these handles. But should we actually do this? They spent like 20 minutes doubting themselves. So they wouldn't open it. And I was like, okay, this is a one shot. We need to push this. So are you guys going to do something? They're like, yes, we're going to open the door. Wait, wait, wait. It was so good because, yeah, I'm going to pull the handle. No, 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 wait. On the count of three.
Oh my
So
god.
good.
And I remember like looking at them and thinking, thank God you counted to three, because if you just pulled one of them, that would have gone wrong.
Hey, you want a mean puzzle? I did this one in Candela. So previous session, I just casually go off script, like you know, to know what languages they did not spoke. So I knew no one knew Dutch, and I was like, cool. I'm gonna give them whole Farron that's gonna translate to a sentence in Dutch, and then they're gonna have to translate that to Portuguese or English or wherever. And until they translate it, two of them were translating, the rest was taking damage.
Oh, okay.
You're evil.
Yes,
That's
Yeah,
what
it's
I'm
you're not
getting
Candela.
from
again.
It's
this.
You're not
Candela.
forgiven. You're
It's
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
Candela.
repeat
afraid.
forgiven.
this again.
Yeah,
Should I
whatever.
be
Yes, you
afraid?
were there.
Repeat this again. So two taking damage and
While the other was translating.
Yep. There were these creatures that came from a library. That just imagine like them being like Sauron's eye, but
Yeah.
the fiery things were like the lashes, which were arms trying to grab them. And what they were doing is like grabbing their worst fears and their worst memories. Two of them were translating. The other two were just trying to hold the eye creature thingies back and taking a shit ton of damage in the process.
Oh my goodness.
Again, you're not forgiven. So
Nope, it's like I am forgiving. I have resurrected a player 3 times in a campaign, but Candela, I am not forgiven.
you're not merciful.
Nope.
You're not merciful at all.
You chose chaos, and that's
Yeah,
okay.
no mercy.
Like I really like Candela. That's all I gotta say. He gives me an excuse.
To be evil. Yeah, we know. We know. We need
Yeah,
to let you
really
have this
good.
output.
No mercy, mercy. Jesus. That
So we
was a fun puzzle
forgive.
though.
I suppose we all forgiven.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
you're very forgiven because sometimes our plays are really not them. Facts.
Bryce Cookie.
Mm.
Bryce Cookie was just such
Oh.
a good phrasing.
I'm sorry, but I'm that player that overthinks everything. So
Yeah,
I am too. I am
No
too.
man, I play a barbarian. I see a door, I'll fucking smash it.
I will say, if I don't figure out a puzzle, it's just because I am absolutely blank. I'm like looking and I'm like, I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about right here. I'm not even overthinking. I'm just like, I don't even see how the lines collect. Like, you see lines, I don't see points. How did you get that far? And I love puzzles, but sometimes my brain is genuinely like,
Not great.
what is that?
Like
Now,
I
everyone,
think we have
roll
all
for
been in the
initiative,
player
by the
side.
way.
Then
yeah.
okay, 14.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm very much back. You don't see it's a one. I rolled a one again.
7 for me.
18.
Woohoo!
Oh
Oh,
damn!
that's that.
And we're going for confession number 8.
Oh my
8.
goodness. Okay. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Okay. 8. I have a hidden mimic in every one shot I've ever GM'd. It doesn't matter if it fits the system. It doesn't matter if it makes sense in the setting. Fantasy, sci-fi, horror, modern somehow. Somewhere there is a mimic. Sometimes it's a chess. Sometimes it's a door. Sometimes it's an outhouse. Very few parties find it, but it's always there. I love it.
That is
That is
very funny
incredible.
though.
That is
That is
incredible.
so funny.
That's like the phobia of being seen by a duck, but it's a mimic.
Yeah.
I have
Somewhere
that.
out there, there's a
I never
mimic.
knew someone that knew that phobia. Oh my god, I have that phobia of being seen by a duck.
I've actually had, I think the worst mimic I've planned, thank gods it did not actually come to fruition, was a corpse mimic. And it
Ooh,
was
fun.
in the middle of corpses. It actually did not trigger, thankfully. But they joked, like the party was like,
Oh
haha, imagine if
my
that was a mimic. And I'm like, oh, you have no idea. Please, can you touch it? They didn't touch it. That was very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, never use the mimic as well. God damn it.
So that confession was mine.
Love.
No way!
Every one shot I ever did, every campaign I ever done, there's always a mimic somewhere.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That's crazy.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I
No
am a
way.
mimic.
Rich is a mimic. Aaron
No,
has
I even
a
had memes for
very
it.
Oh,
what?
names.
Yeah, I had a
Nah.
armor mimic. I already had a toilet mimic. I
Toilet
had
mimic.
a dinner plate mimic, because there was a time when I had the 3D printing store. I would literally go and find the new types of mimic because I love them as a monster.
That's awesome. That's
I
awesome.
love
Mimics are so fun.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I even showed you
As you say,
guys
what
the
the fuck?
present mimic. I had those also for a one shot for a Christmas one shot I
Toilet
did
mimic is
a
my
long time
biggest
ago.
fear.
Oh, that is so
So
fun.
cool.
That is so fun. Aaron has like a campaign where he was actively playing a stupid guy, and there was a chair mimic, and he decided to sit on it. Yes, 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 yes.
It's a chaotic character. I roll to see if you would sit or not sit.
And you sat.
I sat.
Dying initially
There
is my
you
worst fear.
And you got
Look,
bitten.
it's a really nice looking chair.
You're forgiven, Mitch. You're forgiven. This
Yeah,
is very
completely.
fun, but I'm
Yes,
now
It was
this
horrified
is.
of
awesome.
touching a mimic in a game of yours.
No, I'm now
No, no,
very
no. Like
excited
if
to
I
play
ever
with
play
you.
with
I'm
Mitch,
very excited.
I'm just gonna look for the mimic. I don't care about the plot. I care about the mimic now.
The one shot? I don't care
Search
about
for
the
the
one
We're
mimic.
shot.
gonna
I care about
play.
the mimic. Is there a prize?
My
Usually
character
I
is gonna
put
be a
the
hunter,
mimic near.
a hunter of
Yeah.
mimics.
Usually I do when the mimics when I have them on my one shots, they usually have of treasures that they eaten or something like that. So if you find it and you
Oh.
kill it, you have something good. Like
Nice.
I had one was
Valid.
I'm not remembering the magic item. It was a sword, a flame tongue sword, that was inside one of the mimics
Oh.
because one of the players
Oh,
said
now
he
I want
wanted
that
one,
mimic.
Nice.
So
because
cool.
he
Can we do like
wanted one. So
transport loot between games? Is that a thing? If I play a one shot of yours with a character, can I transport the like whatever I find from the mimic to the other game?
uh,
Can we
actually
make that?
actually,
The
when I
multiverse
played
of Mitchell.
West March with the Joga Pator, a gaming community here in Torres Novas that I helped create with some friends of mine at the time, we did do that. You had loot that would go with you and with your character, and we had a little
That's
booklet
so fun.
that you can create your character and level
Oh,
up because we did a
So
little
fun.
house rule that every one shot you had until level 7, you would level up if you finished the one shot alive.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
that's so cool. That's so cool. Nice.
Yeah,
You're forgiven,
fun.
Mitch. And now
Yeah.
100%
everyone is gonna
forgiven.
roll initiative for confession number 9.
11.
12.
18.
I rolled an oh my god! I rolled 3 natural
Yay!
ones in a row. I am so back.
Wow.
The odds of that happening
Wow.
are
Balance
so
has
low.
been restored.
I'm so back.
The balance has been restored.
Yeah.
So who rolled
Uh,
highest?
I had an
11?
18.
And then it's you.
Okay.
Mitch, confession number 9.
Confession number
9.
9. Sorry.
Joanna
Uh,
Whedon.
Okay, confession number 9. When I first started DMing, my very first campaign, I over prepared, and I don't mean a little extra notes. I mean so many notes Batman would blush. I literally had flow charts like if a player do A, run one shot A3, if do B, run one shot B2, and everything was planned, everything was controlled,
Wow.
and it became a problem. I wasn't having fun anymore. I was stressed, anxious, and more focused on following my notes than playing the game. Then, thankfully, my players did the one thing I hadn't planned for. They surprised me, and I had to improvise in the moment. I found my GM spark, and since then, my prep looks like very different. Bullet points, NPC locations, and the loose idea where things might go. I start the session with a direction, trust my players, and believe in the process. And honestly, that's when the jamming became fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
forgave
so
himself.
So
cute.
forgiven. This is
He
so
forgave
Yeah.
himself.
Hey,
I
he
wish
can.
I
It's not
I
fun.
wish
You
I
put
even
another
had the
one of mine.
capability.
This one is also me. God damn it.
Oh,
Really?
Hey man, you
that's
Oh
forgave
man,
yourself, dude.
I
sweet,
wish.
Chu.
Wow.
I wish
That's
I could
insane.
even
The level
prepare
of
that
commitment.
much.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The level of commitment alone is like, wow, damn.
Uh,
Yeah.
I, yeah, insane.
I had
Like,
programming. I have programming science, if I think it's that's the translation, in engineering. So at the time, I did a lot of flowcharts to help me organize my ideas. And at the time when I did that campaign, it was supposed to be 6 sessions, and it became a problem, like I wrote, because it started becoming do one shot because they did this choice, do the other one shot because they did that one, and I started to try to uh, to predict what my players would do, knowing them. And thankfully, someone did something I wasn't expecting. Then I started to improvise, and then I saw to myself, wait, you can just improvise. You can have fun with it and go balls to the wall. And that's what I did.
Nice.
That campaign
that's
we
so
had
cool.
also time travel. So
Damn.
Whoa.
Oh
a, pl-
God.
a player a player met himself from the future.
Yo, that's
It-
dope.
Oh, that's so
Wow.
cool.
and
That's
I
Oh,
was
that's
playing
so
the
cool.
NPC as an old person that was him, and I started to interact with him with the same type of mannerisms, and after that he was like, "Wait, you're me."
Hold up.
You're me.
I will say,
Nice.
I think
That's a very
one
cool
of the
idea.
Oh.
hardest things a DM can do, like a GM can do at a table, is to role play someone's character at the table and still match them. And
Yeah.
I think that is like an incredible like ability. I
Yep.
absolutely adore when you have the GM just introduce someone else's character. Like we have
Critical Role
this with
Campaign 3.
Alex, because yeah, we're doing that with Alex because we're in this campaign where we can meet multiple realities of ourselves or other characters of ours. He has made it clear that there are other characters of
Wow.
ours in this world, and it's super fun when he introduces the characters. And it's everyone like like piecing together who it is. Sometimes we get to there like with me. Sometimes it's like he describes like two traits, and I'm like, oh, I know exactly what character that is. But then there are characters that he doesn't describe. We just get to them through roleplay. And it's like, oh my god, it's that guy.
Yeah.
It's your
Yeah,
character from
that's
that
nice.
campaign that we played like 5 years ago. Just,
That is awesome.
it's super fun, and I completely like get so mesmerized when people are capable of doing that. That's insane. Not only
Yeah.
it's an incredible respect to your players because you it means that you paid attention, right? But it also is like a very complex performative feat to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at chat, and Pedro, the one who got the old lady reference. He was the player that I missed. So yeah. Um,
So
On the
sorry.
cute.
same type of
First of all.
on the same type of thing, I was trying to do something in Tale of the Gods, which is a session I am running. I had a player that at the moment she had to leave the campaign for life, and this campaign started. I was like, I have three general ideas. One's more focused in this, one more focused in this, and they went for the gods one, and I'm like, let's go. So, what is your main purpose in this campaign? And one of them goes like, I want to kill a god, and I'm like, fuck, sure, we're gonna kill a god, cool.
Sure.
So what do you have in mind with your character? I really don't have any idea besides this. Okay, if you don't want to know, I can fill in gaps. If not, you'll know when you know. You'll tell me. Long story short, she was at some point. She was like she changed from a sorcerer to a warlock, and I'm like, since you haven't given me that much of a backstory at this moment, I will take over the patron. Will you allow that? And she was like, okay. Long story short, the
Oh,
patron was the god that was opposing the one she wanted to kill.
that's so nice.
But the thing is, she was the god. She was the walking earth version of the said god.
God damn.
That's
Whoa.
nice.
Oh, that's so
She was just
cool.
gonna find out way back when in the campaign.
That's
That's
so
so
nice.
dope.
That's
That's
the
so
Oh
my
fun.
idea
man.
was like either she survives the full campaign, and it's Daggerheart, so she's gonna survive, unless she chooses to die. Um, Daggerheart's pretty
Yeah.
complicated to kill a player, which is cool. It's like
Reach out. Reach
huh?
out.
God.
She's what? Oh shit!
Fuck.
Fucking forgot.
Well,
alert.
that's cat's out of the bag.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, you saw nothing. You heard nothing.
She's
It was
never.
just beep beep. You heard nothing.
Oh my
Her
god.
name is nobody. No.
Nobody. Oh my god.
I
I just saw those
forgot.
messages and I was like, I think someone saw something they shouldn't have seen.
Well. Anyway,
Well,
Insane.
and the way she was gonna find out, like, if her character dies, or would die at some point, and you're just like, you remember everything. You either can return as a vessel, not remembering jack shit, or you can go back to the Pantheon. And
Oh.
you will still maintain control of your character as a god, influencing the rest of the party and your new character as you see fit. That was the general idea.
okay.
That's that's very cool.
Whew. I'm still
I
recovering
didn't
from all the laughing.
I do have like you were like, oh, you asked the players and the players are like, oh yeah, I want to kill a god. Well, I've actually had as introducing a character to a game, I did a session 0 with her so that I could like put her in place because I had an idea. She was meant to play a one shot with me. She played said one shot, and I needed to find a very nice, intricate way to actually explain why she went from a continent to another in a night and how did that happen. And as I was piecing all of those things together, I was like, yeah, I can bullshit my way through this. This is fine. I need to give her a
Let's
mission.
go.
I need to give her a mission that will make her actually need to stay with the party for a reason. And I wanted to make something big. And I went to check. I have legit no player of mine watching this stream. So if someone is to hear
At
it,
least one of us checked.
it's still not gonna be very bad. But I turned to her and I said, "You have to kill the goddess." And the goddess is the deity of one of the characters at the table that
Oh.
currently only has a follower. That is said character.
No.
Tenso.
my god.
And when I told her, I just told her like, you have to kill this goddess. And I saw her like we were doing a written RP, and she stopped, sent me a message, and she's like, "What did you just say?"
What you
I was
said?
just like, I see what you want to do." As of right now, she has not given any inclination at the table. The party has not understood at all. But it has led to some very interesting roleplay moments as well. It is also incredibly hilarious because this character is very unaware of social cues. So there's
Oh, interesting.
something very, very intriguing about having someone tell you, fuck off, and she's very much like, what does that mean? I don't do human. What are you talking about?
I don't do human. I don't do human.
That's common. I don't like that.
It has led it has led to some very, very hilarious moments at the table where you're like, like the
Yeah, that meme. Love.
what do you- okay. Should I do I need to go? Okay, I will go to that place. Turns around and leaves. Very
Godly
fun stuff.
software.
So
Super fun.
we have forgiven Mitch once again,
Of course.
Of
and
course.
now we're going to confession number 10, and everyone shall
And
roll initiative.
19.
3.
one.
So it's gonna be me. It's confession number
Confession
10,
number 10
right?
it is. Yes.
When I was quite inexperienced as a GM, I once had a problematic player that in no way helped the story move on due to their constant derailings of the game. We're talking a derail every 5 minutes of sort of, I want the attention all to myself, with things like I want to talk to the grass, or are we in a busy street? I pry open the door to someone's house. I confess that 2 sessions and 3 talks later, I was ready to fight God over it, so I had an idea. I came up with a silent curse I called infamy. Every time they tried to derail the session in such a way, I would I would give a simple +1 bonus to damage to the enemies on the next fight. On
Oh
the
my
first fight they
goodness,
had,
I love
the
that.
enemies were thieves who started yelling, "That's the person who has been starting all that shit all over town," acting way more aggressively towards that one character in specific. The party was confused on why the thieves were dealing 1d4 plus 1 piercing damage to everyone else, and 1d4 plus 1 piercing damage plus 17 spite damage to that one person in specific. Playable character, PC died, session ended, person was out, campaign carried on for one more year after that, happily.
Oh my
Spite damage.
goodness.
I
Forgiven.
love it.
Spite damage. I'm gonna
I
steal
I
this
am
one.
just impressed.
Forgiven. Forgiven. Just for the spite damage, forgiven.
Forgiven.
spite
Damn, that is
damage is
awesome.
so
Woo.
creative.
Spite damage.
But
Yeah. Like
also,
I love that creativity.
yeah,
Bite
but also
damage.
like problematic players are like, especially when you like take the time and like have a talk with them, being like, "Hey, my guy, is this the way we want to play?" And you have the conversation, and they're like, "Yeah, no." Oh, that's a
I think this is like
shame.
I should take notes on this one. I should take notes on this one.
I
That is
luckily I don't think I need to take notes.
no, you're
You
evil
did it.
already. It's fine.
That was not what I meant, but hey, I'll take it.
But
Yeah.
like that is such a creative way to actually
Bite damage.
and he
A
made it
silent
justified.
curse
Like they
called
justified
infamy.
it.
Yeah, no, that's an
And they
awesome idea.
justified it.
Yeah, it is like
Yeah,
it's a you
But
fuck around to find out meter.
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. 100% forgiven. 100% forgiven.
Yeah,
100%
I
man, it's
agree.
creative as fuck. Awesome. Well, that
yeah,
was awesome.
but sometimes you need to communicate a little bit more with your players also when that happens. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I think I
exactly.
only had something similar with it was also on the community one shot that I had a kid that already played that one shot that we were doing, and he decided to play the character that was. I know the future. We need to do this, then do that, then do this, then do
Mm.
that during the play.
Mm.
So I changed things around. He got so mad, so mad, so mad, he left.
I have a
So
story
yeah.
like that, but I'm
Oh.
not gonna say it because it's also in a confession.
Oh God.
It's in the
I,
confessionary.
Can't wait.
I just don't know if it was selected.
Then then we need to go for confession 11 so we get to yours.
Let's go. Yeah.
If it
So
was
roll
selected, I don't know.
initiative.
12.
5.
19.
8. Then confession 11.
Confession 11. Okay. Do-do-do-do-do. In one of the first few one shots I ran as a game master, I had a player that was showing signs of poor table etiquette, interrupting players, dismissing their proposals, very much Mary Sue, and only my plan is worth the intention. Fast forward to the end of the session, they are speaking to the villain. This player interrupts an exchange between the villain and the other player in roleplay, or in or so he believes. I told him to shut up with such intensity. God, I told him to shut up with such intensity that to this day I am still proud of. He loved the session in the end, so worth. Okay,
I mean, fair,
I
so
forgiven.
mean,
a little bit of bleed there.
eh,
Uh,
yeah.
It was me.
Hey, forgiven, forgiven.
I very much looked him in the eye and said, "Shut up. I'm not talking to you." And then I insulted his character from villain to character. And then I moved back to the roleplay. And he loved it.
okay,
It
okay.
was put in
Did.
place.
If he was cool
We
with
legit
it.
got to the end of the
Yeah.
session. He was like, "Oh, I absolutely love this. Can we play again?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we can when I do one shot again." Which I don't know when it's going to be. But it was very much like a moment of, "Oh god, you're annoying me so much." Like,
Shut up.
and it was very in character, so it did come up
Mhm.
as in character roleplay, and everyone was very impressed. I was like, "Oh, little do you know."
Was this in person or online? Uh,
In person, he was
in person.
sitting
Damn.
literally the closest to me on my left. It was very much like it was one of those like very
Mhm.
charismatic villains that everyone loves when you talk to them because they're not really evil even to you,
Mhm.
but they do hideous things on the back. So it's like, oh yeah, so they want to join me and like we can sort of work things out as we traffic children. The table is like,
Oh,
what?
Well, that took a turn.
Yeah.
that did take a turn.
Forgiven.
That take a turn. It is
Yep,
worse.
100% forgiven. Yes, 100% forgiven. You were just you were training to be
And
a teacher.
I was very much training to be a teacher, facts. And now, as we go to confession 11, no, is it 11 or 12?
12.
It's 12.
12.
12,
We're going to
12.
confession 12. Roll for initiative,
19,
everyone.
Rolling.
That is an 11.
19.
5.
You ready for the wall of text?
Holy
Wall
fuck
of
nuggets.
text.
I actually like saw that the next one was massive. I was like, holy.
Wow. So, okay.
You can do it.
First time running combat with a new system, Daggerheart. I decided if I wanted to test my combats, I should run a level 1 one shot just focused on that. So the theme was a fighting pit and the players were kinda gladiators. It was 3 rounds of combat with short rests in between. I decided to start off with a simple pack of direwolves with a pack leader. Then a pack of goblins, also with a leader, and finally a ashen lava drake that I didn't understand how he was supposed to fight, but looked cool as a big finale. Fair. After the goblins, the players were feeling pretty good. They were rolling high and with hope. Meanwhile, I was shooting blanks with ones and twos. They get to the arena for the final encounter. I initiate the countdown on one of the abilities that Drake has. It was called something like Volcanic Thrashing. And the creature basically went into a frenzy and deals a bunch of damage. The countdown started at 4. First turn, I spent fear to get in close and make a tail whip to deal damage to everyone since they were bundled up. Nice. The party is immediately in critical state, making 2 more HP would mean he would die. The rest of the party spread out to start making attacks. One of the passives of the Drake is that if they manage to hit it, I gain a fear. I did not use this as often because I quickly realized how fucked they were. Each attack the creature makes as a +9 to hit. Oof. Even by fudging some of the
Jesus.
damage rolls, every attack they were marking 2 or 3 HP slots, using armor slots left and right. The rogue and mage managed to deal the most damage, and the druid restricts the Drake so it doesn't move. I'm feeling fear like it's a slot machine. And on the final turn before the countdown reaches 0, the bard marks the last HP and decides to go off like a true king. Middle fingers up while being mauled by the Drake and rolls damage for one last attack. At this
Oh
point, the
my
creature is
goodness.
almost dead, and the rest of the party manages to kill it before the countdown kills everyone. It was only afterwards that I realized what creature I had picked. It was part of a 3-stage battle against a volcanic dragon, and each time you defeat the creature, it reverts back to a simple form until it dies. This creature was supposed to be used on the higher level campaigns, but according to the rulebook, a party of 5 level characters won as an easy time against this creature based on the scores they give it in the book to each type of enemy. TLDR. Don't trust the enemy score system for balancing encounters in the Dagger Hardcore rulebook.
Well,
Oh
someone
my
learned a
Well,
lesson.
goodness.
I mean,
I think this is forgiven just because they
yeah.
learn from their mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, they start by saying, "I was trying to figure this out."
Yeah, like you
But
were
So we
doing
did
funny.
a one
something.
shot like this.
But listen, Daggerheart is not even to be focused on combat, so I'm not,
Yeah.
the apologizing the system for it because no, but it's like they went through a shit ton of enemies. Then this creature, it was going to go down.
Yeah.
It was going to go down.
Oh,
Yeah.
that brings me back. We used to do at the guild like some years ago. We would have like night events, which we called arena battles, and it was supposedly everything happened in the dream plane. So you could bring any character that you wanted because all characters would meet here. It led so that for the characters in game, because we actually brought this to game, the characters in game back, they thought they had dreamed of stuff. And when you died in these arena battles, you would have nightmares and wake up from said nightmares. And I remember very well. This is actually like an in-game quote for us. And there is this moment in the game where we're seeing like a creature that's very magical creature, something very ethereal, and someone, the other character turns to my character. He's like, "Are you seeing that? Am I hallucinating?" And I'm like, "Collective hallucinations are not a thing. I don't know what you're talking about." And then we go to sleep, and we have a nightmare because we both die, and we both wake up like sweating. She's like, "Oh my god, I just dreamed that." She's like, "Maybe collective hallucinations are a thing."
That's
Also,
funny.
we
That's
hope.
fun.
Collective hallucinations
but
are a thing.
but
Yeah.
it did throw me back where like we would just sit down and do combat for the sake of it, and now we all hate combat. How the character have developed. We're
How
all
the
like
tables
spending
turn.
time trying to figure out systems that work with less combat, so we get less bored through game. Cause
Like
we get so bored of
Luna's
just
just
fighting.
actually said something very smart on chat. Because the original poster is forgetting the tier system and the battle points. So yeah, he was gonna go down poorly, just because of that.
Yeah.
For context, Luna's is Alexei. It's my GM. It's actually the guy that ran these arena battles and killed me.
Evil.
It's also the guy that
Wow.
that has killed my character twice in 2 different
Just
campaigns.
twice? Those are rookie numbers.
It's the same
Rookie
character twice in
numbers.
2 different like campaigns. Okay,
I
the same
have
character.
killed, I have killed characters from one single person 4 times in one campaign.
See,
you're
you
evil.
wouldn't like to
We've
have
gotten
me
there.
as a player because I
Nope.
grow too attached. Like
Like no,
I
no, no, no,
tell
no.
all my
But wait,
DMs.
Oh no,
I
that's
can't say this because this is one of these deaths. It's Sonic Confession, so I can't say.
I'm
No, it was
literally
not
playing on
Ricardo. It was not
Sunday.
Ricardo. It was
I'm literally
Yonox.
playing on Sunday with a character that I've told multiple times to my DM. If this girl dies,
You will die with her.
I like
Jesus.
literally. Please escort me to the ER. I am being serious.
I had my character not really die the second time. She was kind of taken away from me. So I lost agency over my character.
Mm.
She got possessed. It was also like it was honestly not quite the GM's problem because it was a player decision, not my player decision. It was a
Oh.
party mate decision. Something that happened that was like a domino effect, and then I rolled once and I failed as usual. Uh, I lost
Oh
control of my
no.
character, and I was like, ah, it's fine. I've gone through this once. I can handle this twice. So I have exactly the character that I'm bringing. So I brought a halfling, because if I roll
Oh,
shit,
love.
of course I'm gonna bring a halfling so I can re-roll natural ones. Best
Period.
decision of my life.
Yes.
And 5 sessions in, I almost killed her through
No.
roleplay. And this was like last Sunday. It's like, oh yeah, roleplay happening. GM is like, yeah, so you're pushed off a cliff, and now we're gonna go back. Like we're gonna go to someone else, and I'm like,
No.
so now I just need to wait like an hour to know if I need to bring a new character or not.
Evil.
I'm saying no, but I literally did this. I don't know what I'm talking about. Literally, I ended one session being like, and the last thing you see before you close your eyes is, and he's like, what do you mean the last thing I see? I was like, okay, so the last thing you see is what I decide. Uh,
It was very much
yeah,
like
very fun.
typing in chat like I should like write a little book how to murder your PCs for the plot, because at this point I'm getting very proficient in it. I legit got almost killed because this girl decided to follow a guy. She wasn't even being harmful to this guy. She just wanted to talk. But she wasn't being very good at finding a way to talk to him, so she just followed him, hoping he would notice. But the thing
Oh
is,
my
he
goodness.
didn't notice. He just took her straight to prison. So she got
Oh.
arrested for following a lawmaker without knowing it was
Oh
a lawmaker.
no.
That's awesome.
Oh
And
That's
then they
awesome.
take her
no.
in,
I'm sorry. That's very awesome
and
in
she was like,
world building thing.
Yeah.
they take her in, they start like doing the interrogation, and this girl is like, I mean, I can tell you everything I know. I have nothing to hide. The issue is she knows too much, but she doesn't even know that she knows too much. And they
She
kind of
knows too
look
much.
at her and they're like, "Oh, we know you're being truthful. That's the problem." Oh no, she's a terrible criminal. She must be killed. And I'm like, shit.
She's a terrible criminal, must be killed. Well,
Evil.
yes.
And so they basically threw me to the depths of the prison to like kill. And then we have this bestie friend, which is a god, that randomly saves her. But this character is new at the table. Like, she doesn't know any of this bullshit. And so the interaction with her is very much like, he's like, oh yeah, you're Gucci. She's like, what are you here? He's like, that's kind of cool. Can you teach that? And she like, he's like very much like, what is this? She's like, can you bring my staff as well? It's like, yeah, I can give you a
Love.
staff. Goddamn, that's so cool. Can you do more?
What are the mechanics of it?
And yes, it is the traveler. It is the traveler,
Oh,
which
okay.
it is.
Nice.
The fun stuff is that this traveler, since this is a game that is like an echo from our original game, that's why the GM was able to kill the same character twice, once in each like echo. Uh the traveler travels through the world. So the traveler we're meeting now is the traveler that we knew from our first game that we started in
Way back
2019.
when.
Yeah,
Oh.
and that is on a
Dang.
hiatus, and we're gonna come back to it actually in February this year. And it is also the god that my character worshipped. It is her deity. And then we found out that this deity is actually a guy that we've met multiple
Just a
times.
guy.
Just a guy.
It's just a guy. Just a guy, just that is akin to a god and can travel the planes. So
Oh.
Clothes
imagine like
traveler.
I never figured that out. It's one of those things that I never thought about. I was like, I have an itch that there is something weird about this guy. And then the GM is like 5 sessions into this new campaign. It's like, oh, you see Edward. Edward is the traveler. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I've been worshipping that guy.
That is a very cool idea.
Follower counter. Bing, going down.
Unfollow.
Super fun. So I think we forgive.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do
yeah.
forgive.
Yeah, forgiven.
Understood. Yeah, you're forgiven. Then we're gonna roll initiative for confession 13.
Let's go.
2.
Goddamn.
14.
3.
19.
Let's go.
Oh my
Woohoo.
goodness. Let's go.
All you.
That was insane. So, confession 13. I sensed I was going to TPK my party, so I pulled a divine intervention plot twist.
Not forgiven. Let them die.
Let them die.
Hey yo, this was me. This was me.
Okay.
Wait. Let me explain.
Context, please.
So yes. so so now I'm embarrassed. I I didn't balance my combat properly. And it was one of those things where this has never happened to me, but like 3 of my players rolled a nat 1 in the saving throw. And I was like,
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was insane. Like they all looked at each other, was like, 1. Oh my god, you rolled a 1. I rolled a 1. You rolled a 1. I rolled a 1. And I was like, oh shit. So so you're going to take 50 damage. And they're like, I'm down. I'm down. I'm literally down. They were like level 2. So
Oh.
listen,
But yeah.
they
Don't.
weren't supposed to even mess with this guy. Like this guy was supposed to intimidate them, and they were like, "No, we're gonna hit this guy." I was like, "Are we sure?" And then at one point, I had to be like, "And this was all not this was all a dream because I would never." But like at one point, there was only one guy standing, and he had like 5 HP, and he's like, at this point, 2 of them are like with 2 negatives death throws, and I'm like, oh. And I
Oh.
see the players, and the players are getting like desperate. They're not finding this fun. I'm like, oh no, I need to change this up because clearly the players are not like having a good time. So I'm like, yeah, and the earth starts shaking, and essentially the because like 3 of them were druids or something, and they had been so good to their land, the land was paying them back by like swallowing up this huge enemy to spit him back later, but still. But it was like, but this is so me where I'm like, I majorly look at my players to decide to see if I'm doing a good job. If they're one of them might be crying and I'm laughing in my seat, but like if the entire table is like agreeing that this is not a great time and like this does not make sense to the story, I'm like, let's change it up. So that's my explanation. That's my context. Please, court, be
Yeah, you're forgiven.
kind.
I have mixed feelings on
Jeez.
this one, but
Yes.
because I believe that death is part of the game, and but you didn't balance it, thinking that they were going to not survive this, and you did saw your table have a bad reaction to it. So yeah, probably I would do something like that.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I agree that that's
just
part of
for
the
the
game.
reason,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
I've also seen
table has to have
things of
fun.
like
Yeah.
I've also seen
Absolutely.
things like people TPKing tables very
That has
early,
almost happened.
unintentionally.
See?
And so they're like, well, so now we're doing a campaign in the underworld, and you're gonna try and make your like crawl your way back to the material plane, which is also a very fun twist.
Y'all saying I'm mad, but I only TPK the party once in like 6 years of DMing or something. Once, 7 years, once.
I risk it bad. I risk it bad. That was one time I was like mentioning it earlier on, where basically it was one of my players and he decides to taunt Strat, and basically
Bruh.
no, it was so good. It was literally like he pulled the book that he wanted. He was like, "Do you want to come and get it?" Literally like this. I hope he's watching so he can see the shit that he pulls. Uh,
Shame, shame.
and this guy and he literally, it was one of the most violent things that I have done as a DM, but I have literally no shame, where he just grabbed him by the collar and started slamming him against the ground, and the other players were so in fear that nobody did anything because they
I
were
mean,
so in fear
makes
that they would
sense.
die as well. And this guy
Holy.
just kept going, but no one interfered. Like rounds of combat would go by and no one would step forward. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna kill this guy. Makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
did
it's
good.
Strat. People are not supposed
Yeah,
to just survive it, so
No,
it's fine.
yeah.
yeah. The,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
fuck
is
around,
This is the
you
Stradius.
find
thing. I'm
out.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not afraid of death narratively. Like in the narrative, if it makes sense, if it's the consequences of their actions, it's going to catch up to them.
Yeah.
But like the major TPKs. Sometimes they happen, but I try that they don't, that they don't happen.
I actually have a homebrew campaign that was on Kickstarter a long time ago, the Black Ballad. That their whole shtick was if you accidentally TPK someone, here's a one shot for you in every level to come back. And the whole book is also a campaign on its own, and it's very well written, and it's based on and it has its own soundtrack and everything. It's one of those that one day if I
Wow.
TPK
Yeah.
some players during a campaign, well, we're going to the Black Ballad.
Nice.
This is Plan B.
This is plan B. Yeah.
It was all part of the plan all along.
This was all my evil plan.
I do
Yeah,
forgive Tessa for this. I
yeah,
forgive.
Thank you.
forgiven.
100%, 100%. Yeah.
You're
Thank you
forgiven.
guys. Thank you guys.
Then now we roll initiative for confession
We
number
roll.
14.
10.
Fine.
This is a
Okay.
9.
So it's
Rolling low.
me. And this is just a sentence long. Actually, it's two sentences. It's short, but it's way too funny. I managed to kill a player with the most unlikely enemy of all. Sturgis.
It's me! It's me! I killed him!
If you don't know what Sturgis are, search it up. You'll understand.
Woo!
It's me!
I need context.
Context.
Well,
And was it funny?
it was super funny. They forgot to do rounds.
Okay.
So we woke up being sucked, not in a good way. He died. Because those things latch to you like a motherfucker.
God.
And they were like level 2. They went from Krakmauer's hideout, they went to
Sorry.
Fandolin, level 2. They decided to go all the way up, and they died on the road. He died on the road.
Me when I die. For real. What?
He died by Sturgis.
Put that
You're
on a
forgiven.
t-shirt.
You're totally forgiven.
It
You're
was so
totally
funny.
forgiven.
They were like, oh, yeah, and I was like, no one's doing rounds? You know, there's random. It's fine. Sure, it's fine.
Sure, it's
Sure, it's
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
That gives
What's the
me.
worst that can happen? Dying by Sturgis. So
It's the
yeah,
God,
worst.
I have killed
Well,
a player with the most what the fuck creature evolved. A Sturge.
that's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Actually, I have to lend you the black ballot because one of the things they do is they compare how the deaths go to each other. If they went, oh yeah, I died by Sturgis, I think everyone would laugh at them.
yeah.
Man,
Very much. That makes me recall
what's that
like
kid
the
of
whole
allergy?
thing
I
of
find
like
this death
what
very realistic.
yeah. It's the thing of like, oh yeah, this is a situation. You're not gonna do rounds? Why? Why would I? It's giving me the vibes of me running a one shot, telling everyone this mission is a heist. So how do you enter the library? Are you sneaky? No, not at all. And I'm like, well, I guess the heist is
Mm.
done.
Yeah.
It's like whenever we play Assassin's Creed, it's only a stealth mission until they find us. Then it's not. It's a stealth mission if everybody's
That
dead.
actually that actually makes me think of that. Like we had a game that was meant to be a one shot. Okay. And it was meant to be a heist mission. We
Mhm.
all failed on the second roll. And it went
Oh.
downhill so quickly that the GM managed to find a way. The GM Alex, by the way, found a way to
Corruption.
not kill us during this heist mission and inevitably turned it into a campaign.
Wow.
Nice.
But it was very much like
Nice.
I was going, everyone succeeds the first check, everything is fine. Go inside, we're hiding. I roll a natural one as expected of me. Everyone else fails as well. It
Wow.
led to some very, very incredible events. One of them being a character showing off her transparent boobies to the guards in order for them to not
Pardon?
tell her off.
Oh.
You know,
Listen.
like when you're very, very, very pale, your skin is kind of translucent.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And so
What a type. What an adjective.
she was,
Love.
she kind she got into like basically like the maiden's room and she was hiding and two people were there and they picked up on it and they were like we're gonna ring the bell to call you off and she's like no, have you ever seen transparent movies and they're like
Well, you can't argue
I'll be
that.
like, you know what?
they're
No rule
like
needed. You suppress.
but it was
You
very much like
cannot argue that.
I've never seen transparent movies. She's like you want to see them.
Fuck.
Remind
If it
you, this was a
works.
heist mission. We're working for the mafia. This is what happened.
Transparent.
Clearly,
Transparent mafia boobies. Let's go.
I
Yeah.
think it matches. It's the same vibe.
Yeah,
Listen,
obviously.
Yeah, it was
there are
incredible.
certain things. There are certain things in games that players come up with that you're like, you know what, man, no rule. You got it.
You got it.
Talk no jutsu. Let's go.
I will never like. It's just the thing of like, oh yeah, this is a heist mission. Literally, like 5 minutes into the mission, this is no longer a heist mission. Everyone has
I
failed
had a,
everything.
I had a similar experience playing Blades in the Dark. It was a heist. Was.
What?
Was. Keyword.
Boat exploded.
Oh my goodness.
And the DM at the end of it was like, Riddari, how the fuck were you the least chaotic one here? And I was like, fucking hell.
Mm.
You tell me.
I was doing my darn best. I was doing my darn best,
Oh
man.
my god. Incredible.
I was
We do
behaving
forgive
this
you,
time.
Hidari. We forgive you, Hidari, from killing
forgive
your
you.
your player with Sturgis. And we're gonna
But
move to confession 15.
Let's
actually,
go.
I don't
Let's
forgive you
go.
because you have to do a T-shirt with that.
Absolutely.
Understandable
Killed the
as
player
well.
with I killed.
T-shirts first and forgiveness.
Okay, cool.
Okay, 19.
7.
5.
Elf.
Okay. So we're confession number what?
15.
15.
15. Let's go. Oh my god. Okay. Wall of text is passed. Okay. I completely forgot about a plot point and kept moving forward in the campaign. When my players realized it, the result was a huge spoiler because I thought they already knew that information. And I spoke as if nothing had happened.
Like Riddari.
That was me, by the way.
Oh
That
my
And
happened
god,
this
seconds
is
stop
ago.
why
right now.
this is why you
If
record
I
your
had,
session.
if I had a penny, if I had a penny.
But I almost
So
had like slips like this where it's like, yeah, guys, no, absolutely this thing because you know this makes sense. And they're like, why does this make
huh?
sense? I don't know, you tell me.
No, take like I
Wait, what?
thought they had met an NPC that was optional, and I was like, yeah, the guy.
Optional.
They're like, huh?
Oh.
And I'm like, huh?
It's all a dream. You didn't see
But like,
nothing.
well, sometimes my brain just goes like, and that's it.
They knew this, right?
It's like, well, this is fine. Well,
The thing is, when you record your sessions, that I have that we used to record our sessions, not to like stream it or whatever, but
I
because we
record
had
all my
very
sessions.
intense.
Mhm.
The thing is, I have very intense note takers that quote me what I say to them, just so they're like, "But you said." I have to respect that. I have to respect that they work listening to our sessions like it's a podcast. I love that. I love that level of commitment. And
I
usually
do
they
also have
Alexa is
that.
like that.
Yeah,
Alexa is like that.
it's
we have
it's
players like
so
that also.
nice.
It's fucking awesome.
It's so nice. And when you go back and you're like, because as you remember when you were in this town, and then she's like, yes, they told us this and this. I don't even need to tell them what they
You
knew.
don't even
She
need.
completes my sentences for me. It's like, yes, because he told us this in session 16. Exactly.
It's awesome. It just gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling.
You
I
were
do have
listening.
like,
Oh my god.
Yes.
oh my god, I do have like a party that works mostly as I take notes as my characters. So
Hmm. Oh, that's
each
nice.
person has a very different set of notes. And there was me, the person that does not prepare sessions. I completely forgot the plot point that I had established to myself the session before. And so I
Mm.
asked them, does anyone have this notes on this? And everyone was like, we do not. And I'm like,
Mm.
shit. Maybe we just go listen. And one of my players was like, yes, I'm gonna listen to the entire thing. Went to listen to the entire thing. You did not say anything about this. And I'm like, great. Then I can make it up again.
I
I have a
love
second
this.
chance.
Yeah, because I completely forgot to write it down and I had no idea what I had said. Because I knew my head was like in the moment I was like, oh yeah, and this and that, and I can connect these points. And then
And this
next
makes
session, like a
sense.
month later, what did I say?
Yeah.
But then,
Sorry.
since my players take notes as their characters, there was there was one character that was like did an autopsy on a body and
Oh.
took thorough notes of all the conditions of the body. And so, in case I
That
forget,
is really
Wow.
he can tell
interesting.
me.
God
God.
damn.
He
That is
tells me everything.
impressive. That is
Like,
impressive.
That's awesome.
imagine this serial
Yeah.
killer has a mark, right? And I sometimes forget because there are multiple marks, but sometimes I forget the modus operandi. And I can just ask him, like, can you read those notes again to me, please? Because I forgot. What is the modus operandi of my own killer that I built myself, but I forgot to write notes on it? Like, I have a whole Notion page with the character arts and the character names. Do I have anything else about either character? No. They're just there. They're in my head. I just
No,
forget sometimes.
my obsidian is a galaxy.
Oh my god, Obsidian, I tried using that and I gave up. I just have one single Google Docs.
Nope. I I'm an obsidian
No,
person. That's all I gotta say.
Same.
because I used to
I
I
have
used to,
Notion.
I used to do the same thing as Mitchell in the beginning, where I used to like overly prep. So I have all the all the marks of that in that in that, and you have my growth as a DM as well, where I would progressively write less and less. So in the first
Yeah.
sessions,
Yeah.
you have opening monologues, and then if they go to this place, trigger this.
Yeah.
And not
Roll
even
I
my
this
think
one
it's
damage.
a
shot
phase.
notes as hero.
Yeah.
It's always a DM phase. Everyone goes through it. You have to at
I
least
think it
have one or
depends on
two
the
one shots
system.
like that.
I
Yeah,
think it
Yeah.
depends on the
also.
system. Like
Yeah,
if I'm
systems
playing, if
also.
I'm DMing Daggerheart or D&D, I plan way loose. I have had rooms that's like, oh, what's the thing here? What do you see? Oh, I see this, that. Go.
Go go.
You just created the problem you have to solve. But if it's like Candela, which it lives on descriptions and feelings, then I will prepare more. Because if I want it to be creepy, goddamn, I will prepare it to be creepy.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
fair,
I
fair
understand
enough.
this.
I do
It's very
create the
sensorial
creepiness
game,
on the
right?
spot. Yeah, is I do
I'm
create the
going to
creepy
like
on the
play it
space.
tomorrow.
So it's like I had one shot where it's like, okay, this is meant to be kind of weird and fucked up. Oh, there's two people inside of this room. This room is crumbling down. What can I make weird about this room? Oh, you. Yeah, you look to the wall. Yeah, the walls are made of flesh. Party. What?
Oh,
Then you
Me
look
in the
again,
moment.
it's
Yeah, I
not.
did not think of this before, but that's kind of funky.
Yeah.
oh, but
I
I really
create
like
very
that
much
when
on
you
the
like
spot.
again, it's not.
I usually build from I build from the out in, and the in is very loose. So I create feelings or establish what I think this moment or this location should make them feel, and whatever I can use to make that feeling happen, I will cause it. And I am very much interested in the conception of dreaming and like being in
Yeah.
locations where you have no control, so I can make shit as bizarre as I can and just fuck them up. So I can just turn to them and be like, "Yeah, that wall is made of
You should
rotten
campaign like
flesh."
based on Sleep Tokens lyrics. That
Oh
would
my
be wild.
god.
Actually
I
considered
had a
wearing
player.
their hoodie today.
I'm wearing
Oh,
the
so cool.
which wait, what side? This one.
Actually considered using so, but I
Oh, so
really
cool.
it is very fun. But then I went like, but then I feel like I have range. So like last campaign session I ran, uh, the entire plot point or idea of this session was that they were gonna have like an NPC see the first body that they found, and the NPC would actually be able to give them a lot of information. But they still have to make time for it. So what did my party do? Decide to invade like an apartment on the first floor of a K couple that had
Oh,
lost their daughter after being kidnapped, but it led to the most hilarious hour of roleplay ever
Nice.
because they
no.
had to enter through the window.
Eh?
And I'll try to explain it like one character could just climb up. The other character also managed to get in, but another character wanted to go in. So it led to this gymnastic situation where the like the paladin threw another paladin 5 meters in the air, and the idea was that she would get to the window height and misty step inside.
Okay.
She failed the roll, so instead she misty stepped against the wall. Uh,
Oh
She was
no.
a mosquito.
falls down, gets caught by the monk that is at the window, pulls her in, and that was number one. And then the
That
paladin
was
at the
number one.
ground got very pissed at someone and just threw a pen, failed the roll, but threw it with so much strength that the pen got stuck inside the brick.
Percy
Jesus.
Jackson.
And then
I'm sorry.
he really, he
Took the cap
legit said,
out and
"Give
it
it
was a
back to
sword.
me." And everyone tried to take the pen out, and the pen wouldn't come out. And that was also a very funny shit. And they leave the house. Oh, in the middle of this, I'm also role playing a dog because someone decided to cast speak with animals to a dog. And so
Love.
it led to this thing of like, I want treats. And they're like, okay, here, have my rations. And then they're talking to the dog, and the dog is eating. So it's like,
Love.
and they're talking to him. He's like, talking. He's like, oh, that food is so good. Oh, yeah, that's so good. What did you say?
Squirrel.
Nice.
And then they come back
Squirrel.
to take the a hooker, legit, to take a hooker to
Pardon?
see a body. It is very complex, but somehow they ended at the red light district, had a very fun night, made friends
Good for
with very
them.
special people. Yeah,
Good for them.
and took this girl to see the body, and actually made a lot of connections for them.
Oh, okay.
And it led to
All
this
right.
paralyzation, and they still haven't figured out the killer.
Nice.
Amazing.
And they lost a pen.
Fun stuff. And they lost.
And they lost a pen.
Man, that was like we started session like an hour late because everyone was like, "Oh my god, we haven't seen each other in so long. Let's chat about it." And then we played for 2 hours, and it was such chaotic. Like first hour, absolute madness. I was laughing, crying. I hardly could breathe. And then second hour, everyone was so somber. Like, holy shit, what just happened? And then like, it was a fun session, wasn't
Aw.
it?
Nice.
So we're going to confession 16. Yes, and we're all gonna roll
Right.
initiative.
19.
What is
5
this?
again?
3.
11.
So 15?
Rolling
Confession
threes.
16.
16. 16. I fudge a failed attack into a critical hit to put someone who was turning into a problem player in their place.
That was Aaron, wasn't it? It was Aaron. It was Aaron. I know this
Calling out.
confession.
I don't judge.
I fudged a failed attack into a critical hit to put someone who was turning into a problem player into their place.
Hi, that's me.
I judge. I don't judge.
It was that I was a player at the table. That's
I
why
don't
I don't.
judge.
It was. I will give a bit of context into what he was saying. This party was going out. It wasn't going okay. It was plenty of sessions in. It started pretty good, and then things started not going so well. And he's doing a combat that is meant to be very high stakes in a very, very high stakes location. And the table was being so like opposing to the GM that I was co-DMing with him to
Oof.
shut down people.
Oh.
Damn.
So people were opposing rules that GM had established, and I was called like doubling down on shutting them down.
Yeah, kill them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And it was like a table that started pretty okay. Relationships were good, and then
Spike
connections just
damage.
started not doing great. And we're pretty
Spike
sure that
damage.
someone was fumbling dice
Yeah.
as well. Yeah,
Mm.
we're pretty sure someone was fumbling rolls as well.
Spike damage.
And he
You
was
are
like,
forgiven.
he was very much, this person is annoying me right now. This isn't hitting. But I'm 100% gonna fudge this die because she's 100% fudging hers as well, so I can do it.
It's like, fuck you in specific.
Or
I love that
you
saying.
could just put a mimic in front of them. Done. Dead.
Period.
The mimic theory strikes
No.
back.
When in
Mimi.
doubt.
Yes.
When in doubt.
Yeah. When in doubt, mimic. So,
I love how I read that, and I
think
knew
you don't
exactly
need
it was him.
I think there's one of those things that fudging two wrongs don't make a right. Fudging the dice, I don't think Darren needed that. He could just put a Rask in front of them and it's done. I don't know.
Period.
And period. You got eaten by Godzilla.
Holy shit.
Have fun.
I
in
think,
stomach.
I think the thing
Rocks
that
falls, everybody dies.
and now I think the thing that annoyed us both a lot is that this was meant to be such a big high stakes combat, And me and another player were visibly distressed, both in characters and as players, because we could understand how high stakes this was. And the rest of the party was very much like, shits and giggles, this doesn't matter. And like, I'm gonna make it out again, so yeah. And it was very much like we set up the tone. We're in this very dangerous location, and since the players were just not caring for the table, it was very key. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, that's
And he, first of all, forgiven. Second, one thing that you could have done also, I think who taught me that was Pipa and Kat from Bards of Monday. The Monday started translating. God damn it. They have a system or rule system that you have the free strikes and you're out.
Two
Uh,
strikes, yeah.
it,
That's really
yeah,
nice.
2 strikes. That's it. So
Yeah.
yeah, probably they are. If it were me, I would say, "Hey, I
chop one.
had some trouble doing this for you guys. If you don't want to play, no problem. We have checkers, something. You can play
Yeah,
anything
checkers
else
are
It
if you
is
don't want to
something.
play."
He has learned plenty. It was we did mention when there was like the mental health talk on Wednesday, we did
Yeah,
mention in chat that we both have a lot of like horror stories in D&D, and it was kind of a season for both of us. So we had very like, and it was always with close people. It was not with strangers. We've never actually had very bad interactions with strangers. I just told the stranger to shut up. That's fine. But when people
Everybody
actively
liked it, so it's
like
fine.
they're at your
there's always
table,
X champ.
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine. Probably it's a kink. Anyways, like,
Or
We
it
listen and
became
we
one.
don't
but it's
judge.
this thing of
We
like
listen and we
when you have
don't
these
judge.
people that we didn't don't check, but when you have these people that are meant to be like close to you or you're meant to be comfortable with, and they try to get under your skin just for you to not have a good time, because at some points it did get to that. Like that's I think that makes for us the experience so bitter. You know, because it's people that you've dedicated
Yeah,
your time to, and you're like, oh, I don't want to let them go, because oh, but we have these experiences, and it wasn't really like a situation of the, oh, you just don't vibe with my GM style. That's fine. No, it was actually core conditions of the people, and they were our friends. We all got along somehow.
mhm.
It led to some very bitter and unsettling like situations after those games as well.
Yeah,
So
those
yeah,
are the ones that sting the most. I understand that.
yeah. So
In any cases,
you forgiven, Aaron,
forgiven.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and we're moving to confession 17. Everyone,
17.
Let's
Let's go.
cool.
go.
I think we're gonna
16.
stretch to get to at least confession 20, which is the
Oh
last
my
of the document.
goodness.
So we're actually not that far off.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 9.
I rolled a
Uh,
3. I'm spending all my bad dice.
That's good.
18.
Spend them now.
Yeah.
Go,
Cool.
Mitchell.
Oh, okay.
So 17.
It's 17. Here we go. Confession 17. I don't count HP for my monsters or villains. I pretend to do the math and scribble on the paper I have behind the screen, but there's no numbers there. The monsters die if or when I feel like the story would benefit from it. Or when a character does a super cool move, or when it's that player's turn. That player meaning the one with the relevant backstory for his specific villain. I want drama, not math.
I want drama, not math.
Forgiven.
Ah,
I
I have
respect
mixed
that.
feelings about
I
this one.
respect that.
Yeah, I
I
have mixed
respect the
feelings too.
hustle, but not the way it does it. Like I think the numbers are good, and I'm not a crunching numbers guy, but I think it just doesn't give the game stakes. If they're just gonna die at some point, just because it feels good, and you should do that. Like we have established this in before. Like if there's a moment some player deserves the kill, it gets the kill. But like having no numbers, I don't know. It just feels too chaotic for me, which is a weird thing for me to say, but
I'm
This is
sorry,
one of
but
those secrets
Miguel
you
just
cannot.
said in chat
Hmm.
that
I
he
do
does
that
that, and I'm
German.
like, suddenly it made me think about the girl that died in our one shot.
Was it
Oh,
all part of a plan? You animal!
spoilers. uh, in any cases, um, I have mixed feelings with this one also because there are systems that exist for role playing purposes, and
Oh, that was math.
if the game is done, or it's only a game if there are stakes, if there are numbers, and things like that. Although I do understand the feeling of someone, I want to give this character villain a
Moment.
good death, or a monster a good death, or make it so that it's an epic moment, and not haha, I bonk him in the head, he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. I understand that, uh, but still, I think you're robbing the opportunity for the players to count their HP and use the mechanics of the game to embetter themselves. Also, uh, but that said, I probably would do that. If, if it was
I think it
if it was a
also.
one shot with kids, like first timers and something like that, I would probably do that with children. Uh, but with grown-ups, I would say it's a game. There's stakes, there's numbers, and
Yep,
if it's not for you, we can always play another thing. There's Asylum, there's other role-playing games that can be played, and
there's the kids'
that's my
table.
opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, the kids' table.
I do
Or
also
you can
think
find a mimic.
that it is very much what you said, like adapting to the table in front of you and understanding. You heard him? Yeah, he started cackling really loud. But I do think that it is.
Option C, mimic.
But I do think that it is a good call to adopt. And I do stand by what you both said, that it's in the system where HP is relevant. I feel like sure you can not respect HP entirely, but perhaps use it as a guideline or like an idea of what you could be working towards. At the same time, I'm not super against this because for me it feels like the same way that leveling up you can use milestones or checkpoints.
Yeah, true.
And
Yeah, and I agree. Yeah.
like I think you can mix and match according to what works. If it works at your table, that you do things this way, and your players are not super like,
Yeah,
oh, uh, is it bloody? Because there's tables where people are very methodical in combat, and if you're not working with numbers, it feels
I have a player like that.
bland or that they're being lied to.
Yeah,
Engineers
no,
usually are.
no,
Yep.
I
If
was
you
going
call
to
out.
bring this to the table where you
It
catch
is
meta
true.
players so fast with this. You're like, imagine you have like a very large beast on top of the table, and you know that beast has like 180 HP, and someone knows this creature because they've played it and they're counting damage as well with you. And with it in one very special hit, you allow that, and this person looks at you like, he's
Yeah.
dead. This has happened at my table where because such an important character did such a cool thing with a nat 20, I was like, how do you kill this guy? And I immediately had one person in the table turn to me like this, he's dead already. Like, so,
Phase
and I
two.
was like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Why shouldn't he be? It's like, okay, sure. I thought he
Yeah.
was
I
a
had a
little
player
strong.
like this. I had a player like this. Do you know what my solution was? I rolled HP for every enemy. You could
Yeah,
have a goblin with
that's
4
insane.
HP, one with 13. Fuck around to find out.
I
Yeah.
love
I
this.
also roll everything.
It gave me a lot of work, not gonna lie, but hey.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
meta
better
gamers
than
are
mythic.
like metagamers are complex sometimes. It is I don't really mind in combat or like this condition of combat, right? I mind more in roleplay, and we've had
No, Kapeshki wasn't
multiple
you.
like metagamers at the table where it was like things as a player is like in a different location, right? But roleplay is happening at the table, and then you pan out to that player, and that player behaves as if he heard this entire conversation in order to avoid an unsavory condition. And you're
I
like,
see.
you didn't
Oh.
hear this. And they're like, oh, but I would always go this way anyways. And it was like, no, you wouldn't. No, I would. I don't know what you're saying. That
Roll a
to me
d20.
feels
Above 10, you
unsavory.
roll.
Because like metagaming in combat, there's points where you're like, it's a little hard when you know a bit of the game. Like, oh, I'm fighting an undead.
Yeah, radiant damage is gonna hit. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, like there's moments where it's things like that. But and oh, I'm fighting a hydra. Perhaps fire might be a good call. But when it's like people that were not in situations, but they behaved as if they heard entire scenes of very complex roleplay and that everything got into their minds, that bothers me.
Yeah, so, yeah, for sure. I'm just gonna say this. I don't even know if this is gonna show up as a confession. If it does, spoiler alert. I had a situation like this with I had a player that was like, I know this map, and then I was like, okay, sure. First cave in Fandalver. It's a Krogma hideout, right? You have goblins on this side and you have a bugbear on the other side. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna switch them. So he was walking all the way to where the bugbear was. Bugbears have a very specific thing that if you roll before the players, they do extra damage.
Yeah.
I rolled a net 20 on the damage.
No.
I
Damn.
insta killed the player on the second session.
That's insane.
I rolled 30 something damage at level 2.
Oh.
He was instantly dead. Because he was all
I'm being like,
because I know there's just goblins here. Wait, where's the goblins? Bonk, dead.
I kind
I
of
think
I was
that
like,
was a
well,
lesson to your player.
I
I
was like,
love
well,
that.
he fucked around and you found out.
True.
But it was funny. It was a
So
very specific set of things that
although
had to happen for this to happen, and it did.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
I rolled a 17 on initiative order or something like that. Then, boom, net 20. I was like, fuck, he's gonna die any day.
Let's go.
Frontover can be difficult at level 1, no joke. Like that cave, if you just alone, if you allow the wolves to get free, your play is fucked. Bacterics, 3 wolves, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
There's really not much you can do.
But you learn to play D&D with it.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
a hard way, but you learn it.
Yep.
You learn it.
So, is this person forgiven or not
You die
forgiven?
if you learn. Half half.
Oh,
Easy.
half. It's iffy.
Waiting for
I would
trial.
say
Because it's like, I do not forgive the lack of numbers, but I forgive, like, I'm gonna give. It's like he still has 1-2 HP, but I'm still gonna give the kill to this player because it makes sense for his story. I would give this 2 extra HP of damage bonus, but I would not just cut the numbers away from HP. So,
I would
Mhm.
I would say if
I'm on.
you when you do this, um, you're gonna roll more nat ones. Just saying, that's gonna happen. The dice will have their revenge.
Yes,
they will
I
find you
think
and
that's a
roll
good
for you.
call. Then now we go for confession 18. Roll
Let's
initiative.
go.
Roll the 19. I'm just
Ah.
rolling high.
Oh,
Roll it.
10.
16.
So 19.
Read
Confession
it
number
out.
what?
yes.
Sorry.
18.
18.
Confession number 18. Okay.
Let's go.
I'm too lazy to prep, so when I GM for new players, I always run the same adventure. I've probably run it like 40 times. Man,
Forgiven.
you don't know the
Preach.
players. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Next, move.
Forgiven.
You're forgiven, man.
You.
You don't know who you're gonna DM for, so just might as well do something you're comfortable with.
Run
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It-
No,
New time.
super. Base.
Yeah, new time players. They never role play. You don't know how they're going to behave at a table. Sure, make the
Yeah,
prep thing the least important, or not the
yeah,
least important, the least stressful thing that you're gonna do.
completamente, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, you do you.
And
Great stuff.
I would say probably a little bit of the advice: continue adding to it every
Yeah,
time you play it. Add something to it.
Yeah,
make it
Not
more
I
your
agree.
own.
Yeah,
yeah,
More
because
mimics.
yeah.
that yeah, put a mimic. Uh,
Yeah,
'Cause
but
at
mimic.
at the end of the day, you're supposed to have fun with your players, and if you can have
Yeah,
fun with them,
even with
you're
the previous
winning.
confession, if the table is happy with it, man, fuck it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like
Yeah.
yeah,
Who as
doesn't
a
matter
DM
as
has
long
not
as
had
it is a fun
a
time.
session that like, but then the players are happy, so okay, all good.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
so
matter
many
like
times.
in the end, what matters is that the group feels good about it,
Yep,
Yeah,
even if you
absolutely.
don't feel like it was the best game you've ever pulled off. And not all sessions need to be amazing.
yep,
That's also a thing. Like, not all sessions need to be the best game you've ever run. As long
Yeah.
as everyone was there, like, enjoyed having
have
time. Like,
fun.
especially, I feel like the thing of, like, oh, this wasn't, like, my best session. Happens a lot, especially in campaigns, when you have, like, slow sessions in between. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
sleeping
Filler
session, the
episodes. Yeah.
stocking up for travel. Even travel sessions sometimes can be very, Like, of course, not all sessions are going to be as exciting like the moment you found out the plot twist. Like those are meant to be the great sessions, and they're meant to be the great sessions not only for the players but for the GM, because it's like, oh, I finally had the chance to unveil this to you. But just because the session was not like the shiniest ball in the pocket, it doesn't mean it was a bad session,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
shouldn't
Or
beat
you
yourself up for it.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Or you have like a crazy intense session and you feel like your players need a breather. That's also
Yeah.
okay. Not prep for that one. Or like just see a couple of things that might happen and kind of look, for example, if you're running a pre-made, look at the chapters, like read it like diagonally. But if they just had like a very intense encounter or they're licking their wounds, makes no sense to like throw them like a boss fight again.
yeah.
So
Just give
yeah.
them an aftercare session.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It sometimes is
Yeah,
necessary to just have those very slow games, like the spa session. I don't know if you have that. We did finally have ours. Like after like 6 years of playing, we finally
I'm
had
gonna
our
have a
spa
wedding
session.
session.
Oh, that's cute.
Last
My
year,
character was
That's
killed
awesome.
before
2025,
her wedding. How do you feel about
I
that?
ran 4 wedding sessions. I'm tired of weddings. This year, only funerals.
Listen,
Jesus.
I'm gonna DM because I want advice. Like I fucking
Please.
I got caught on for this one. It was a simple fetch quest. Listen, this guy lost the thing. There was uh, Udot for his
Dowry.
daughter to be
Dowry.
married. Dowry, yeah, for her daughter. It's just a fetch quest. And they're like, yeah, I don't have much to give you as a payment. Yeah, we just want to be invited to the wedding. And I'm like, huh. And I'm like, they just want to be invited to the wedding.
I
Yeah,
got you.
that's cool. And
I
then
have
at
never
some
been
point,
chill a day in my life. I got you. I did a seating arrangement for mine.
wow.
It's no, it was an event. I'm yeah.
Yeah, but also sometimes the players even create those sessions that are
Exactly.
more mellow. I had one campaign that was during COVID, and then we all got together online to play. I had everything prepped so I could start the sessions. It was the first time we were doing a session during COVID, uh, and then we had the whole session of their players on the tavern talking to each other, just socializing with each other, drinking a beer, and after the end of the session, I was like, we did we didn't do nothing. It was fun.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
awesome.
was fun. That's
That
so
is also
nice.
like something really nice that happens with tables that are heavy role players. It's like it feels like so little happened at the table, but in reality, it wasn't little. It was just that since they role played, things
It
take
feels yeah.
longer. That's one of
Yeah.
the
Yep.
things that saves me about my table is that I don't need to prep for a lot because they do like two things in the entire session, so I just need to prep one. The other one I just figure out. Because
Go along. It's a
they
process.
role play. Yeah, they role play and they're so invested in the game. I hardly need to intervene unless it is to say things that are happening outside of them. And that is really nice as well to witness, but it's also really nice when we as players get to partake in those because it feels like the game is truly alive. Right?
Yeah,
It also means that when we lose characters, it is so much more
really
painful.
hurts. It really, really
I just
hurts.
lose
Yeah, because it
NPCs, so
feels
I'm
like
fine.
Yeah.
no, we've
I just
lost
lose
both
NPCs, man.
existing characters and it was horrible. But it is
As a
the
DM,
thing
I just
about
lose
my
NPCs.
I think the thing about my first player like character death, first and foremost, it was after like many hours of session. We were on I think session 55 of like sessions that usually lasted like 8 hours. So there were a lot of hours into these games.
Damn.
And it was also like the character died and everyone was grieving the character because it was genuinely like, oh cutie. It was genuinely like as if the character breathed. So like the character existed in a way because the character had feelings, it had strong emotions, there were strong connections. It was a very great character. Like and not only was it was very much one of those situations where bleed is complex, right? Because I
Mhm.
am role playing this character. This character is gone now. I remember so well that she died. It was a very intense game, and I was crying. The GM was like frozen in place. Someone was listening to the game and had to leave so they wouldn't cry.
Damn.
Uh, a play like the other player, we had like everything deafened so she wouldn't hear the conversation. She saw me cry and she was like, "Oh no, she's dead. She's dead."
Oh.
And it was this very long grieving process. But then it was also the GM never directly told me like she's dead. He just turned to me, put everything, made the description, and turned to me and was like, "Well, you need to bring a new character for the next game." And me crying, I'm like, "I know exactly what I'm gonna bring." So, but
That's
it is
amazing.
like
But
when you have very very heavy role play tables, you get these very deep rooted connections, and not only it feels like the games are slower, but it feels like they're slower for a very good reason.
yeah,
And
It's so
it
you
is build up
can,
after build up.
yeah. So
and when
you
you're
can
playing it
appreciate the little
fast.
things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. And I
Yeah,
do feel
because
like for players that are usually very fast paced, that's when like slower sessions kick in. It becomes really hard to like manage how how to feel in those games. And for us it's also like I just told you we used to run games that were like 8 hours long. And now we're all adults with responsibilities and games cannot last more than 2 hours and a half.
ooh,
And so
ooh.
it's like, oh, games used to feel so much fulfilling. It's well, because we don't have as much time to explore them. But if I stay sitting down for
Aw.
2 hours, I will not be paying attention because I have
Yep.
the attention span of a peanut.
Adulting is hard for
A
everyone.
peanut.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Especially for D&D and other TTRPGs where scheduling becomes a mess.
it's a curse,
Oh,
honestly.
yeah.
When you have the time to, so that scheduling doesn't become a problem, please come tell us all how it's done.
Yeah.
The trick, I feel like the trick is
Run
finding a
Kidnapping
one-shots.
them.
time. Yeah, but it's
Yes.
finding a time where everyone is willing to give up upon of their day. And that is just the time that matches. And every single week, try to aim for that single time alone. And it's like there is this unknowingly subconscious notice amongst all of us that is we do not schedule anything for that time slot unless life schedules it for us. And eventually that time will come. And for us it was like, oh, we cannot play for the entire month of August. That's fine. When we tried to schedule September, suddenly everyone had that day like free. So we're gonna play that day alone.
Yeah.
And for me that's what really happens and what helps best. Now, if you're a person that has like 5 campaigns to play, 2 1 shots to manage, and you still want to do more, and you're also an adult with a full-time job, and also trying to do, I don't know, content creation on the side, perhaps you're not going to have time to run all of those games.
Hey yo, why?
Called out.
I mean, why did you call me out like that?
I felt like you were describing a very specific person.
Who could it be?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But I did say, like, why are you looking at me? I am not
That's
that
the
person.
editor.
Yeah, yes, true. But you're like the reality for you is that like of the 5 games you partake in, like 3 of them are streamed, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's content creation as well.
That's content
No,
creation.
but
You're
like for
multitasking
scheduling,
and totally different. But it is
yeah,
crazy.
I used to
Like,
work. No, I was just going to add that scheduling would be easy when I shared the workplace with my party. So I would just go to their desks and be like,
Oh,
"Hey, bestie,
yeah.
can you do this Saturday?"
but it's true.
Yes.
It is.
No, but it's
I
very
remember
fun.
before, like while I was in college, it was like, oh yeah, I can be in all of these games, and we try to run them whenever. And then I started working. It's like, oh yeah, I just have the brain capacity to do like 1 campaign, and maybe I can do the sacrifice for a second if I can find the like a slotted time for it as players. Because as a GM, I would like to run one, but it's like if I cannot find the time and if the schedules do not match, we have this like for example, this first semester of the masters, I spoke to my table. I was like, guys, I know we're running games on Wednesdays, but it's going to be virtually impossible for me to do this anymore because I'm going to be having classes. And literally at the time our session starts, I'm meant to be in class. So that's not going to happen.
Oh
And
no.
they were like, okay, that's fine. We tried a different schedule. We managed to do like 1 session. And now it's like, yeah, no, we didn't forget about this game. Everyone wants to play this game. We're putting a pin on it. We're holding it in place
Yeah.
with the
It's
intention
just
of coming
life.
back. But yeah, but we're
Yeah.
not gonna go back to it. And it's fine if we take like 2 years to go back to it. We're all willing to wait that long. And then I have one game that is like,
Nice.
yeah, I will open all time slots that I can for this game. If we can't play, we play. I don't care. I don't
Yeah.
care if it means
Nice.
that I will need to do my master's assignments in 2 hours instead of 7. That's okay. I can handle that. It's a small price to pay
Consequences
for a
of my
game.
actions, of my actions, of my actions.
But it is this
Sleep
like
is optional.
unspoken agreement that is like everyone, no one makes appointments for that. But it's also like you being aware of how much time you truly have available. And
Yeah.
if it is a matter of like, oh yeah, we have 5 campaigns, but it's just rotating people at the table, like it's the same people, we just change GM seats, then you make an arrangement. It's like, oh yeah, everyone can play Sunday night, so this week we play X, next week we play X. That's fine. Like you
Nice.
do you.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh yeah, I have 5 games with a set of 40 people, maybe not. That's not as easy to
Yeah.
manage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's hard.
felt the tad.
Listen,
Riddari was like, why are you talking to me?
IVM 3 campaigns, running one shots for Candela. Um, mostly run for the Rio Maior TTRPG group as well. Trying to write a book as well. So yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that you know what that sounds like.
One of us.
Yeah, that's
One of-
It was very much like, oh yeah, I want to start writing. Like, I want to start running West Marches for the guild, and I want to make this set for World of Warcraft because I want to do a game in Legends in the Mist because I want to be the Legends in the Mist guy. And I'm like, what about your home campaign that you've been holding off for like 3 years? You're waiting. He's like,
Called out.
why do you do this to me?
Riddari, I just want to say I didn't feel seen. I felt gazed. Okay, observed.
I felt gazed. Deep down, I'm a bearded man. Let's go,
I,
Mazo.
I felt beheld.
Well, I believe we've all forgiven this
Yes,
confession.
let's roll initiative.
And we're gonna move to confession 19. Let's roll initiative. We're almost there, guys.
17.
And I rolled a 6.
8.
Listen, this dice is rolling high.
5.
Daddy is like, I will really read all of them until the end now.
Or this one is 19.
19.
I had a couple at the table, a guy and a girl. The guy was on his phone the whole time paying no attention, but interrupted the girl every time she wanted to speak, claiming he knew how to play better than her. I purposefully increased DC for his roles behind the screen and created non-planned interaction where the girl's character should shine with her abilities. Fuck yeah, forgiven.
Forgiven. 100%.
Fuck that dude.
Forgiven.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, I've thankfully never seen this at the table, but I know couples in the TTRPG scene that could very much be this couple.
Damn. That's just terrible. That's terrible. I hate it.
No, this
It
is
was Rosa.
this is not even forgiven. This is W. This is like win-win for you, sir.
Yeah.
Like whoever you are, you were doing God's work.
You can see in chat who is.
It was. Fuck yeah!
Although you could have put
Very
him
much
in.
forgiven.
You're so correct.
Yeah.
So
Fuck the
forgiven.
dude.
So forgiven.
100% forgiven.
100%. Like you can keep doing this.
What a douchebag.
You can keep do this all the time. And
And-
anyone listening to this like right now, do this. If you ever see this happen, do this.
Yeah.
Make them
Yep.
feel like crap.
And to
Under
that dude,
the understanding that perhaps if the situation is poor, you don't want it to do too bad so that the other person doesn't suffer out of the table. But that's another.
That is a very stealthy way of resolve, kind of fixing an issue like without giving any problem to the couple,
Yeah.
even if the guy's being a dickhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So forgiven.
10 out of
and
10.
we're going now, and we're gonna roll initiative for the last confession of the night.
here we go.
At midnight. That's insane.
Nice.
Ooh, 17.
7.
6
4.
again. Mitch, you read the
Closing
last.
out. Okay, let's see what we have. Number 20. Confession number 20. Even after organizing communities, managing social media, producing shows, and running campaigns, I still feel like I'm not a good enough GM. No matter how much I prepare, no matter how much I write, no matter how much work goes into it, there's always a voice telling me I could have done more, been better, planned smarter. I know the tables were real, the stories happened, the players stayed, but the doubt lingers anyway. And maybe that's part of being a GM, caring so much about the experience that you're never fully satisfied with your own work. So yeah,
Yeah, forgiven.
I bet you're not. No, I don't want to forgive this because I do not want to perpetuate this kind of feeling.
It's called
Sure you
imposter
don't.
syndrome.
yeah.
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 Like
And we're not
forgiving the
gonna forgive
person is
until
not
this
saying that.
imposter syndrome.
No, it was not me. It was not me. No, because I have spoken plenty about imposter syndrome with my parties as well. But man, it is something that exists. It doesn't matter how many sessions you roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was me again. And it is something that happens regularly, and it was a confession that I put because I think that it's something that a lot of people pass and have this. It's a problem, but I use it as a strength because I what I see is that I care so much about what the game's going to be, the tables or the story, that I feel that sometimes not enough. But if I feel like that, that's because I can do better, and that drives me forward to be better. Although I'm the first one to say fuck that syndrome.
Yeah.
A verdade entristece,
You
só quero
actually
sei.
not funny enough, although I do struggle with imposter syndrome. It's not about my GMing.
Yeah,
It's about what you're playing?
your
My
art.
art style. My art, yeah. I struggle a lot
It's
with,
Fair.
fucking
and not
awesome.
only
Your
art,
art.
like, but I do struggle a lot in art or the place that I'm in life,
Yeah,
you know? Sometimes it
Ooh.
even gets to that. But as a GM, not so much. Because I feel like I am very grateful. I did start GMing pretty late. Like, so I did play a lot, and I do have a very good set of GMs in front of me that I can rely on. And it's also like I've witnessed many of the people close to me struggle with imposter syndrome when GMing. And since I am so analytical of all of those things, it's like there's no point in about being like about dwelling on it. I'm also the person that doesn't prep, so I very much go with the flow. But
yeah,
it is actually something that I'm very grateful about. I have a very welcoming table that I'm super trustworthy, and they're lovely people. And so far, at least, I genuinely have not had a single person sit at my table and say that they didn't have a good time. And so I'm like, if that has
You're
never
doing something
happened,
great.
Mm.
there's nothing to be afraid of. And like
I
even people that have listened, and I know people that do not go with my jamming style, like I don't mind that. I I mean, what matters is the people at my table. If you're having fun, even if my jamming style is not like the your cup of tea, but you enjoyed the session, you just understood that perhaps if things kept going, you wouldn't enjoy it so much. That's fine. We work with what we got.
yeah, exactly. And that's why,
So that's why I'm like, you don't.
yeah,
I don't want to forgive this because
you don't need to.
this is not. I don't. This is not the feeling that I want people to feel after playing a game. Even if the game wasn't amazing, there's just another session to roll again, another session to go for, another thing to try out. If you didn't do so well this game, you can do better next one, and you will not know until you do it. If you don't play that next game, you're never going to know if you do it better or not. That's very much the perspective that I have on this. And since GMing is truly like collective storytelling, like you have other
Yeah.
people as well that make the story with you, there's no point in you dwelling things because everything can change. And in reality, it
Yep.
doesn't depend on you. Like, your
Yeah,
people
true.
can just do dumb shit and you cannot fight it.
Yeah,
If you like the story that you're telling,
Yeah.
then go with it. If you don't love the story that you're telling, change it. Who's gonna go
yeah.
after you? The FBI? I don't care. Like, it's
Hell,
very much
f that.
like, of course, this comes from being very confident where you are and knowing how to hold your ground and boundaries, right? And since I feel so secure about this, because it is a thing that I don't, I think for me, it's also a matter of I just GM because I like GMing. There's no other stakes. I could just not GM. What you gonna do? You know?
Yeah, right.
That's why when I say like, when as I said, like, yeah, I don't feel imposter syndrome when it comes to jamming. I feel about my art and I feel about my career or my person because those are things that change my life. If I do well with my art, my life can change like overnight. Perhaps if I put in more time, but if I'm not improving, it's not going to change. If I look around and I see other people and they're like, oh, they're doing all these good like brand partnerships, or they have so many commissions, or they have people that really like their work, then I'm like, oh, I'm so behind. Oh, I should have gotten there already. Oh, I've been doing this for longer and I still haven't found like whatever these people are discovered. For me, it's very different in that sense. So I'm not forgiving this. You guys can forgive it, but I'm not.
But listen,
I'm not
you're
allowing people to feel bad about themselves.
especially in with the place in life, you will never know. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I'll give you my life story as an example. Like prior to COVID, I had my own company. I was just working with photography, and in winter I would do either Uber or Uber Eats just to not be at home because I had 100+ works per year. So I was doing fine. COVID hits, and I'm like, okay, I have 3 or 4 weddings to shoot. I have bills to pay. I can't do this anymore. I had my life all figured out, and then fuck you.
Everything changed.
Yeah.
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 So imposter syndrome is always going to be there, especially if you already had it at some point or you feel you had it and then you stop. You know, there's something made you stop that. So it is very, very iffy, to say the least.
Yeah, I get that, but in my perspective, at least, as I use it to drive me forward, there's sometimes that I actually obsess with some episodes, rewatching them, and not the ones that are published. I also recorded others, other sessions from my private games, and then I hear myself doing the same errors again and again and again. Then, after I acknowledge it, I better myself for the next one. As Joe said, there's always the next game,
Yep.
and that's
Yeah.
why I say that the imposter syndrome that I feel, and I think it's normal for GMs, but I also know that it's something that it's always nagging on the backside of my head. In every game I
Mm.
do, every story I try to tell with my friends, and even with the tables that we do in Daza Portuguesa, because it's so important, at least to me, that the story is fun, entertaining, and heartfelt. Uh, that I probably put myself in a pedestal that I shouldn't do that. Trying to or have an image of what it should be, and I shouldn't do that.
The
But
Mercer
yeah,
Mhm.
effect.
no, I don't think about the Mercer effect in
No,
that
no, the
case
Mercer
because
effect as in a lot of people compare themselves to Mercer and they shouldn't.
yeah, I
True.
understand
True.
that
Yeah.
concept, and he bloody hates that actually. I think I
Yeah.
saw
Yeah, the
in
irony of
another
it.
show. Yeah,
The irony of
but
it. Just baffling.
Yeah.
but
It is very
I
true.
take it as fuel to guide me forward because it's if I feel like this, it's because it's important to me.
Yeah.
God, we went
Yeah,
on a
I
bad
think it
note.
is
that
very much that.
100%.
We went sad
100%.
now. God damn it.
It was the last confession, but I do agree with that. Is that perhaps like you guys feel these strong feelings about like running games and partaking in these, and what is this experience, and how important it is for you that things go well because they matter to you,
Yeah,
and that's really
Yes, of
nice.
course.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like,
And actually, for you, it's the same thing for your art. It's something that's
yeah,
so
it's just
important to
something.
you. Yeah, and
Sometimes
comparing
a
ourselves
good
sometimes.
exercise is like reframing it, right? Of like, and I've seen this a lot recently, but it's the reframing of, oh, it's not that things went bad. It's I had the chance to play. I had the chance to go.
Yeah.
I got to sit down with these people and share time with them. I got to tell
Yeah,
these
that's
stories.
nice.
Like, imagine like looking at yourself, I don't know, a decade ago. I don't know if you were like that, but I think we're all here right now in the narrative scene, and I believe that all of us wanted to tell a story a long ass time ago that when we were super passionate about, we wrote it and we were so
Yeah,
excited about it and we never told it. And perhaps that version of ourselves would look at us now and be, wow, you're telling that
Yeah.
story. You're
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
it's
doing
really
true.
that
cool.
thing.
Uh,
And that is
actually,
special.
Yeah, it is. And probably one of the things that a friend of mine said to me a long time ago is sometimes when you're going up the stairs, you forget to look back to see how far you've gone, and you
Right,
focus
that's
only
nice.
to till the end, and you always look up because you need to go another step and another step, and sometimes you forget to look back and see the slippery steps that you went through, or the people that you helped pass through some steps because you said to them, hey, look, it's slippery, you'll fall there if you do something like I did, or maybe going step by step every day, and remembering looking back sometimes helps you go 2 steps forward.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Yep.
is
that's so
very much
nice.
that. Damn,
This was
what
It's
a
not
supposed to
about
be
the
funny.
destination, it's
This
about
was
going.
supposed to be
what
funny,
a
okay?
what a
A
nice
funny
point
podcast.
to end.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you all first and foremost for coming on today. This was a wonderful talk. I was laughing my ass off. Um, you guys don't hear it on mic, but I've been having hiccups. I usually get hiccups when I've been laughing very much. So that is a sign
Okay.
that I've been laughing a lot. Yes, I have a very interesting body, okay? It works in very funny ways. If I start laughing too much, I start choking, and then I start getting hiccups.
You know, there's a thing
Everybody
called
is
oxygen,
judging
right?
me. I know! I know, I'm trying to gasp for it, you know? That's why.
Yeah.
But
Oxygen, what a concept.
then, what a concept. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
I want to thank you all very, very much for being wonderful people, wonderful guests, making your presence here. And I really hope that you all had a really good time. It was a huge pleasure to have you here at the Guild's channel and going on to other corporate talks. If you've missed the chance to listen to this talk, you can rewatch it on YouTube when we post it. And we're also going to be editing it and posting it on Spotify. For all the people that are currently watching, you can join us tomorrow for the same time for a cartographer theme where Aaron, the bearded guy that kept invading the stream today, that is invading right now, uh, will be doing his map, and I'll be joining him as well during some art. Yeah. And next week on Wednesday, we're going to be having the premiere of Lexi Stutai, which is Ican's campaign, our Videomancer,
Yay.
that is going to be
Yeah.
ran in Portuguese, and it's called Crónicas of Orion. And you've guessed it by the name, this campaign will be in Portuguese. So it will be a special treat for all our Portuguese followers that have never
Yes.
heard Portuguese content here before. We will have the faces that you already know, as well as some other new faces that you've never met. This game will also be rolling bi weekly, so we hope that you're going to be enjoying it and we'll also keep up with it. Thank you all so much once again. Thank you all for
Thank you.
watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.